goes by the YouTube handle Asshole Report.
Stay away from me, lady! Stay away from me! Get this lady away from me! Get her away!
Man, that man's whole fucking report, dude, is such a fucking goof.
Okay, Peters!
What's your mission?
My mission right now is to keep you from harassing small children.
Or we can start asking you why you need a bigger bra than Kate does.
It's me, Kate. You know, masshole Kate, day of your existence Kate, your every night obsession Kate.
I targeted you because you're a pedophile. That's usually how that works.
She's just trolling him one way or the other.
I was the constitutional law scholar today, bitches.
It's like going to war with a fucking nuclear power that has lost its fucking mind.
I'm here to be a spectacle, not a role model.
We are live. What's up, guys? We're filling in for Kate while she's driving home from work. It's Faux Shizzle and Agent M.
Howdy, folks. Yeah, don't mind us. She's white-knuckled 2 towns over, but she will be here as we get ready to restream Chille's likely heavily edited and misdirected stream or premiere on James Freeman. And I'm aware that some of you don't know. We're both aware. Some of you may not know who James Freeman is. James Freeman is a First Amendment auditor and sovereign citizen, somewhat extreme beliefs, but he is also a masterful troll. He threw out the bait to Chille. Chille took the bait, went all the way down the rabbit hole against his will, and now he's a little upset about it, Chisel.
Yeah, I'm in the dark about who James Freeman is. I just know that I can't hate anyone Chille's mad at because, like, look at Chille.
No, I wholly agree. And, just like with AFA, Accountability for All, Josh Abrams, I have some vehement disagreements with their principles, with their beliefs, with their ideas. But, at the end of the day, they are standing up and they are waving the flag and calling BS on Chille and sending him downfield with his tail between his legs and, trying to do the right thing. And again, we've said this over and over, but anytime when you have both the anti-frauditor community or whatever you want to call all of us trolls, on the same page about somebody as the Sovsits and the First Amendment auditors and the general anti-government people, that's saying something. And the fact that everybody's united at the moment to troll Chille and to call BS on him, I mean, what more can you say?
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's like fireworks on the 4th of July. That's what that is. So Chille did like his pre-video live that he has to do every time. And you had some pretty interesting clips from it, didn't you?
Well, there's one in particular, and I'm sure that he threw this out there knowing this was going to happen. And I'm sure it was insincere, but as it happens, it is also the truth. And we got that ready to go for y'all.
You have a huge platform. Don't waste any time with me. Let the trolls, dude. They're doing a great job. Kate owned me. Kate, you owned me. Kate owned me. You got me, Kate. You won. Kate won. If everybody wants to know, Masshole won. You beat me, Kate. You did a great job. But the whole thing, I'll reveal the video tomorrow. I'll show you guys. They'll take that clip and they'll run it over and over and over and over. I don't care, though. You have.
The truth, of course, being that, he does care. He
cares very extremely deeply.
Oh, yeah. His ego above all else. And, he'll turn around. He'll argue, no, that's just you guys obsessing over me. But, the fact that he's doing this video about James Freeman and the video coming up about or that saying is coming up about Josh Abrams. It's proof. He's trying to repolish his ego, and he's trying to save face and fulfill his narcissistic personality. And that's, of course, not an official diagnosis. It's just my personal opinion. But if he didn't care, he wouldn't be doing what he's doing now. It's completely makes no sense if he doesn't care, because he does.
I mean, we all know it's going to be cut to crap anyway. There's no way he's going to actually be transparent about anything to do with himself.
No, never. And Rachel S. said a single man driving a minivan around the country is creepy AF. Well,
Yeah, I highlighted that because I wholeheartedly agree that that's the weirdest thing.
Well, I hear that when he put the van up on the lift to check for a GPS tracker, he tried to get a quote on a loudspeaker so he could play ice cream truck music too. You know? If you're gonna
lure the kids in so he can teach them. He's a genius. I mean,
if you're gonna go candy van, you might as well go all the way. So, but yeah, I mean, truly he cares. I mean, very, very truly he cares. Otherwise, he wouldn't be taking the time to put together these videos. And I will grant him that there is a lot of effort in these, especially if they are as edited and manipulated as we pretty much, I think, I speak for myself, but I don't think you'll disagree, that we kind of expect the premiere tonight and the following videos to be.
Oh, yeah. I mean, look at how many people he's put out to help that most recent one. He didn't even do it under her actual name because he didn't want people to see the actual evidence in the case.
Yeah, and you know, of course, he also does not want people to see the other things that have happened. Perfect example, he missed the deadline, as we had discussed on previous streams, for the appeal in Arizona. That case is now dead in the water. He paid the fines originally before he threatened to appeal. And so that's now dead in the water. He has not filed a response to the lawsuit in Ironton. So likely, very, very soon, that motion to dismiss will probably be granted. There's all kinds of things he doesn't want people to see going on right now. He's failing left and right. His personal failures are being exposed. He is in the daylight, mid-noon, in the street with his pants around his ankles, caught dead to rights, and he's panicking.
Whoa. What did I just walk into here? I think that your take is wrong here, Matt, with all due respect. I think James Freeman kind of cracked the case on this. I can't believe I didn't see it sooner, but this is all performance art. This is not to be taken seriously. Chille is a comedic genius. He's putting on a satire. Yeah, it's all satire. So, like, he doesn't actually mean the ridiculous things he's saying. It's all a joke. He's trolled us all.
Well, he was certainly trying to troll us when he said you won a short time ago. We just played that clip. But, you know, it is the truth. And the truth will set you free, as he likes to say. Unfortunately, truth is not something that works out in his favor.
The truth is something that actively eludes him.
Well, you know, and I said this before in our Discord, in the Masshole Discord, which is that, you know, he likes to quote one of his new innocuisms is, you know, pride cometh before the fall. Well, he should consider that himself, you know, because again, in my opinion, and Kate and Shiz can feel free to disagree. That's what this is. This is his pride with these videos. You know, it could be performance art, but to me, it's clearly him trying to save his pride. He can't let it go. He can't feel like he's powerless or being shown up or being, you know, exposed. So he's got to try and turn it around with, again, what I personally expect to be manipulated and probably misinformation in these videos that are coming.
Glober Mom pointed out, like, the only person that Chille is more believable than.
Oof, that hurts.
Imagine if those two got together.
Oh, that's the perfect couple. Are you kidding me?
They'd just
Chille
be chopping videos and audio like crazy.
Not
So
to
since
mention,
this is a watch party, I'm starting up my grill and I'm having some trouble, so I apologize if I'm in and out here. I need Chille to come start my grill for me. So we are friends now, me and Chille. We smooth things over. Yeah, we're best friends. Me and Chille.
I'm glad you and your brother worked out your differences. Mom will be very happy.
Family comes first. Yeah, your Uncle Chille. T. You're not fucking funny. Why'd you call me T? Because I don't want to say your name on the internet. They already know my name. Well, I wasn't going to say it again.
the wonder of having children.
Look, Delete Laws loves you too.
I know. I mean, this is what it's all about, guys. It's really about family and friends and good times, and Chille's amazing performance art. I'm not funny. You know who thinks I'm really
We
funny?
appreciate you, crypto
Chille.
crackhead.
Crypto, you rock. Thanks for passing the word. And, of course, glad to have everybody here, because we may find out tonight with so many people restreaming Chille's premiere, including us, how many true viewers he actually has.
Most people that watch him watch him. They watch him to, like, make fun of him, watch him flip out, watch him lose his mind, watch him say dumb things. I don't think very many people are genuinely there to further his cause.
No, and he also hurt himself when, in the interest of protecting his chat from the troll kingdom, from the troll mafia, and all the trolls in the world, by setting the restrictions of subscribers and a certain with having to be subscribed 7 days and all of that, he actually hurt his own views because the hate watching made up so much of it.
Well, he needs to be protected from, all the evil in the world and all the nastiness. And I think it's appropriate that, he completely prohibits people's ability to speak and have an opinion in his chat. He's a sensitive guy. He can't handle it. Anyone can come over here and we will field that for him because, as Chille's #1 fans, we're here now to protect him. But our job is to protect him.
Yeah, we're clearly a lot less impressionable than he is. He seems to be very, very concerned with what's spoken in his chat and in his stream. So, except if it's coming out of his mouth. But as long as you agree with him, you'll have a good time over there. But if you're rejected over there, we're more than happy to have you. Juggernaut Jared Reed said, "New sign at all courthouses: you must be this tall to file a lawsuit." I guess Chille can't get on then. Chille, the court's gonna have to. The court clerk is.
Your Honor, are you calling me short?
And oh my God, did we get a new perspective on how short he is today? Good Lord. A couple new videos came out from a couple channels that showed him back in the day in Los Angeles, including interviews he did with various muscle outlets. And yeah, your boy Chille is kind of tiny, Kate.
Do you have the video queued up? I think his Freeman video is about to launch.
I do have the videos pulled up. All right, thought I did. Hang on.
It's his backup channel.
I have the premiere ready to go. Yes, I do. Hang on one second here.
Has he dropped it yet?
It's about to drop right now.
Unless, of course, he pushes it back an hour again, because he's been doing that. Oh, no, here we go. Let the fun begin.
All right, well, this is the end of James Freeman's career right here. It's done. It's dead.
Yeah, I'm worried for James.
I would like to note, too, that prior to this starting, Josh, Accountability for All, he did note that he sent Kate his last will and testament, because when his video comes out, he's clearly done. Unfortunately, Josh, Kate won't be able to accept that. It did not come with a certificate of delivery or certificate of authenticity.
Yeah, you're gonna have to buy that for $25 from Chille.
How are we on audio, guys? Is that plenty loud?
It's good on my end.
Everybody in the chat, how does that sound to you guys? Sound good? Pat says James Freeman is not an auditor. Yeah, you're right. I misspoke there.
I know we've had our differences with James Freeman, Accountability for all those folks over there. But if everybody could just have a moment of silence, a little bit of solidarity, because their careers are going to end tonight, right now. It's over.
R.I.P. No, Charles, he explains that you can't do it yourself for $25. He has to do it.
Although he did backtrack today and say that if you email him and tell him that you don't have money, that he may do it for you for nothing.
Possibly.
And here we go.
I want you to know how absolutely fucking disgusted with you I am when I respected you to the highest levels. And instead of you taking me one modicum of seriously, you decided to try to make me a joke, a buddy, your joke.
Well, Chille,
how's it
again,
feel, James?
Chille,
you got me, buddy. Good job.
Chille, again,
You're a real
the
leader.
idea.
So then that would mean that you're against the foundation of this country. You don't
Absolutely.
think that, absolutely. But if you think you're going to get rid of the 10th Amendment, then you just want to throw away the entire Constitution and the entire Bill of Rights. Would that be
absolutely, absolutely, positively? Toilet paper. Hey, hold on 1 second. Let me make sure.
Yeah. I'm sure it's another joke. Another answering machine joke.
Hey.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was on another call. I just wanted to make sure the other call ended. Just have them on hold. What's up, man?
Well, I just want you to know that all my calls are recorded. So if you're in a state where it doesn't allow a single party consent, I just have to let you know up front that I record every call.
Right on.
Including all the ones with San Joaquin Valley Transparency, where I talked about getting money to build an app that he now has. It is what it is. So.
Good job, Kate.
Do you have a goal?
What's that?
Do you have a goal? Do you have a real goal?
Do I have a goal?
I know what you did today. People video what they did, screen recorded it.
What are your goals, Mr. Freeman?
What's your mission? Do you have a mission? What's your mission?
This is not new information. This is not new information at all.
Didn't James already put this stuff out?
Needed necessity in the community.
Quite a bit of it.
We need people to film these dirty pigs, because what they're doing, as you guys are
Hold up. Videos. Sorry, I rarely interrupt you, but
Chille, you are comedy gold. You are too dumb for words.
Sorry, when super chats come through, I gotta let them read out. When people donate, I know you were on a roll there, but when people.
So far, this is about as edited and manipulative
I don't
as I expected
stop
it to
everything
be, or at
for the
least it
super
appears
chat,
to be.
but in the office it can be done. So, were you able to hear it or no?
You go ahead and read it, and then I'll tell you my position on super chat.
No, you can go on, man. I don't think it needs to be read out. But we kind of threw you off here. I want you to go back to talking about the system that you're
I was
building.
wait until my website was done, but the whole idea is this:
When you go through 2.5 years of school to become a transparency peace officer, you learn how to use your headset. You learn the constitutionality of the Bill of Rights. We learn the foundation of law, the philosophy of law. Then you spend a year learning how the portables or the double-deck busters that drive around the city that are transparency officers, those people will be celebrated. Because then if James is going to beat me up one day, I can run to a transparency officer and just stand there. Because the transparency officer's job is to protect my rights. And now I know, and the transparency officer knows, that we're always on camera.
Yeah.
Is that what your goal is? You just want to take me down?
Well, no, I've got 2 different channels. I'm sure you noticed that, right?
Yeah, but I'm not joking. I'm real.
Right.
Contrary to what people might say about me, I'm not a joke.
That's a lie. This is all an act.
Yep, that's perjury. I defer this to the DA.
Well,
that's why I thought you were serious. I'm starting to think more and more you're a joke.
Well, you came on my...
I saw the video you made. I saw the video you made, James. I mean, I'm a man calling another man. I don't have to publish this. I want a man to address you like a man.
And yet you are publishing it.
Pathetic.
Well, you came on the comedy channel. It's called the Fake.
No, it was. I'm not a joke though. I don't talk about jokes, James.
You are a joke.
Network. It's a comedy channel.
Okay.
What do
all that? What do you stand for? Is that what you are? You're a joke? You're just a joke?
On the Fake News Network. You know what, man? All we do on the Fake News Network is we make fun of shit.
Do you think I'm funny? You think I'm a joke?
Do I think Josh Abrams is a joke?
Hilarious.
Josh Abrams was on there.
Are you laughing at me?
He's the one that texted me said, get off there, Chille. They're fucking with you. He's the one that texted me and told me that.
Okay,
He's the one that said, I thought they were actually wanting to have you on to have a conversation, and what he's doing is he's gaslighting you. He's the one that texted me and told me that. I just wanted to ask you, man to man, without anybody listening. I mean, I record calls just because people are so full of shit in our country that I just want to make sure I always have a record of the people I talk to. But
Right.
I don't have to publish this, dude.
So he thinks all Americans are full of shit.
I don't want a public beef with you. I actually have really liked you throughout my entire life.
Yeah,
and now you're doing everything you can to change that.
His entire life?
Well, what did you like about me?
I like that you were fearless and that you stepped up to these tyrants and told them to go fuck themselves. I appreciated that.
Well,
I appreciated the pioneer work you did.
I think you may have misunderstood who I am, and I think a lot of people might have made that mistake. I'm against people initiating force and violence against other people. Initiating. And I don't, and the reason that I don't call out private individuals most of the time is because people who aren't in the power of government, who people don't believe to be authority, are not as big of a threat as government. So as a private individual, even if you do want to initiate force against people, you're not a threat because, like government is. Government has a monopoly on violence. You don't. So, I mean, my whole goal is just to show that some people want to initiate violence with force. And with the channel you came on today, my whole goal is to have fun and goof off.
Right.
You know, it's not like...
You called out Ninja and you called out Josh to get me on the channel to goof off with me as I'm making a murder video. And I told you I'm breaking down and dissecting the body cam video of a murder. And you think it's appropriate to stop my action to have a joke with me? You think I'm a joke?
You know,
want to be funny? You think I'm a stand-up fucking comedian?
You know, Chille, I think that sometimes...
As you can tell, I'm disappointed with you. I really expected more from you. I really did. I thought you were a real leader. I thought you actually wanted change, James, and instead, you think it's a fucking joke to stop me from doing what I'm doing.
And that's the problem, is you're always looking for a leader. You're either looking for a leader or you're looking to be everybody else's leader, instead of teaching people that they need to lead themselves.
And I will continue to lead. No, they won't.
And that's the difference between you and I, is that I don't want people to follow me. I want people to think for themselves and start leading themselves and start ruling themselves, instead of always looking for a master to vote for or somebody to save them from all the horrible things in this world.
I could actually almost get behind that.
Ohio?
Have I what?
Ever been to Ironton, Ohio?
I don't recall, honestly. I've driven through Ohio, so I don't know if I've been there or not.
Okay. Well, the people there need a leader. I get 100 emails a day. Please come back and help us. Please come back and lead. Please come back.
Okay.
Please come back and help us. Don't leave us. So that's the overall sentiment of our country. 80-90% of people are cowards. When a cop tells them to sit on the curb, they just do it.
Yeah.
So you're going to change. You want to change humanity, because I don't think that's possible.
I don't think we can change the government structure to
You heard it
volunteerism
here,
or
folks.
anarchism. I don't think it'll work.
Chille thinks
Well, I mean,
90% of you are cowards.
Sure, and I think that that's irrelevant, though, to the fact that you and I differ, that you want to lead people and you want to give them false, to me, I would say false hope, because what leader has ever been voted for? Wait, come on.
No, Michelle, it's
he's
really
right.
What leader has ever
Like
been voted for?
volunteerism or getting rid of qualified immunity more important than Terry v. Ohio?
Or just interrupt
It's
me, and that's
ridiculous.
why people won't talk with you and take you seriously.
Oh, people don't take me seriously? I think you're mistaken. I expected you to, though.
Well,
I thought you'd
Chille is the only one who takes Chille
You can't even let
seriously.
me talk without
He
it.
doesn't though. This is all performance art.
I'll be quiet then. Go ahead. Get your point across.
Well, I mean, I already lost it now.
I really hope it is.
What were we even talking about?
You were saying
It would
I'm giving people
restore
false
so
hope. I
much
remember
more
every
faith in
detail,
humanity
every
if it was for me.
All right, great.
So what's the false hope?
No, it's that some other person is going to be able to save them from their pain and sorrows. And it's the same false hope. Come on, Chille. Look, it's the same false hope that every politician gives people. And I understand that people are wanting you to give them that.
Can you pause this real quick?
What you want to hear is that
because this is how I know that he is a comedian and this is a joke and that this is not performance art, because the troll here, the haha funny, is that this is supposed to make James Freeman look bad, and so far it doesn't at all. You know what I mean? It's like a big gotcha moment, like ha ha ha, I was going to make James Freeman look bad, but actually I think that people that didn't like James Freeman prior to this are now starting to like him just from listening to him.
So now you taught him how to troll?
Yeah, well, we're siblings, so it's kind of like a family thing, you know. Trolling is in our
It's
blood.
inherited trolling.
It is. It is. Yeah.
I'll be completely honest. And I never thought these words would come out of my mouth. I kind of agree with James Freeman about, having to stand up for oneself and not rely on politicians and people of power. I agree. This is making him look intelligent and poignant, and it's not making him look bad at all.
Yeah, that's the gotcha moment. This is the joke. This is the troll. Chille, you comedic genius. You YouTube comedian son of a bitch. You really got us here. Anyway, continue. Sorry.
You know what? I can give you that hope. I can help you. I can make it so that tyranny doesn't hurt you anymore. But the truth is that only they can do that for themselves. You can't do it for them, even if you want to. And I feel a little bit bad about trolling you so hard earlier, because people are telling me that you really do want to make change, and that's what's in your heart.
To a Napoleon syndrome beta bitch like Chille, a grown woman like that's bigger than you, pointing out that you're short is a serious, serious hit to the ego. But honestly, I'm not even as worried about someone's past as their present. And my personal experiences and interactions with it, he's a shitty person today. So I don't care what he was 20 years ago. I don't care what he's going to be 20 years from now. But today he's a piece of shit.
I feel a little bit bad about trolling you so hard earlier, because people are telling me that you really do want to make change, and that's what's in your heart. But
you never noticed?
But you know what? It's not true that you can save people. They've got to.
I didn't say I did. I didn't say I could. I've never claimed that. I said I can lead.
Well,
I'm not going to save anybody.
That's going to be the same mistake that people have made forever, is looking for a man to lead them. Because you know what?
So you know what?
We're
Let's
all
just
imperfect.
document the downfall then.
Chille,
Let's
we're
just
all
document
imperfect.
the downfall then. Right, but let's fuck it. Let's throw a towel in and just document the downfall of America.
Well, I mean, until people realize that they need to lead themselves, no, they're not. Things are not going to get better for them.
They're not going to, James. That's not how our country and how humanity is set up. I mean, didn't you read not just the two treatises of government, the Human Understanding of Man by John Locke, written in 1689?
No.
Understanding Humanity. Essays and Understanding Humanity. You should read it. Human beings want to be led.
Yes, they do. You're absolutely right, and you are capitalizing on that, and that's okay. You get to do that. All politicians do that.
Capitalizing how, James? How am I capitalizing? Go ahead.
You want people want to be led, and you're offering to be
I
their
agree,
leader.
Leonidas.
Yeah, I didn't want to. For years, I haven't wanted to do this. I tried to stay behind the scenes. I tried everything I could. I didn't want to be out in front here. It's a hot seat, James. And you're joking about it. You think it's
He never wanted to
I told you, I'm editing a murder video right now. I only came on because 3 people called me and said, James, let's talk to you.
What about that whole rant about how he wants power?
Okay, great. James is actually looking at something seriously cool. And
He just said he's editing a death tape.
You want to talk to me and you think it's funny.
I wanted to fuck you?
Stop me.
Oh, I think to
Stop me. You want to...
I was like, look,
Come on,
I'm
dude,
gay, but I'm not that gay.
James is awesome with that. He's a good troll.
And you know what, Chille? I get it. I definitely trolled you too hard. I took it too far. But every once in a while, dude, you better step back and laugh a little bit about something, because this will drive you crazy, Chille. If you really are,
it already does.
Okay, and if you really are, you know, you really do believe in what you're doing, I promise you, if you don't step back and laugh every once in a while, even though nothing about this is funny, it will drive you crazy. I promise you that.
Okay, thanks for the advice. Now let me give you some advice.
All right.
If you don't get on the bandwagon for change, you'll be irrelevant soon. You'll be irrelevant. You'll be the jokester that you've been.
All right.
You will be. Because the reason why this channel is growing, the reason why these ideas are growing, is because people no longer just want to see the cops be filmed. This is why San Joaquin Valley Transparency is a bitch. He's upset that I've grown 10,000 subs a month. It's ridiculous. It's a stupid fucking app.
Yeah.
I'm for change, James.
Yeah.
And as long as you continue to act, frankly, like a jackass,
Mm-hmm.
you're going to create a wedge between you and I.
Uh-huh.
And instead of us working together, we're working against each other for what? How good does that do, James? Divide and conquer.
Mm-hmm.
I'm offering true Bill of Rights, true transparency.
You think you're the first person that ever thought of this, Chille? You think that...
I think it's the first time... No, James, I hate to interrupt you. I think it's the first time in history it's ever been possible.
All right.
I know that.
God.
All right.
We've never been able to have 360 cameras on pigs 24 hours a day. And you know what would happen very soon?
He really does have a messiah complex.
We'd say, those are the rights protectors. It wouldn't be law enforcement looking for something in plain view to arrest you for. It would be based on rights protectors.
Yeah,
All
which you
those other
bitch,
things,
he is
we don't even
winded.
see 'em. Got to move forward.
I think that...
That's how change occurs.
He was doing sprints.
You know, I think...
You don't know me. What's your deal with me? What's the deal? But what am I, the target of your jokes?
Well,
We've never met. I don't know you.
I think that if you believe that putting a camera on a human who is flawed is going to make them unflawed, then I think that idea is quite funny. I mean, I do. I'm going to be honest with you. I think that's funny.
Well, you didn't hear the whole idea. While you were busy making jokes, I was explaining that the stream goes out to 2 different agencies who've been highly trained.
Okay.
And
Oh
then the 2 different agencies will decide what is the appropriate action based on protecting rights, not law enforcement.
But again, you're also assuming that those agencies are run by honest people.
A heart rate monitor.
The problem from the core, from the get-go, is that people are dishonest. People are bad people, right? People
Is this an honest conversation, James, or are you live streaming?
No, I'm not live streaming it. I am recording it. I'm not live streaming.
You can record anything you want. Right.
Well, you just asked. I'm just answering for you, Chille.
It's all for content, right? It's all for content. Fuck change.
You know, I think that...
You took me down, James. You took me down, bro. Good job. Way to go.
The change, you know, you can keep being upset, but I mean, and I definitely think I took the troll a little too far. I'll say that.
I want you to know how absolutely fucking disgusted with you I am when I respected you to the highest levels. And instead of you taking me one modicum of seriously, you decided to try to make me a joke, a buddy, your joke.
Well, Chille,
how's it
again,
feel, James?
Chille,
you got me, buddy. Good job.
Chille, again,
you're a real
the
leader.
idea that putting a 360 camera on a man will make him flawless, or that broadcasting that 360 cam will, I mean, you know what? I think that there are some good ideas there, but I think you overcomplicated the hell out of it. We already have cams on
it would
top,
never
right?
work. No, we don't. We do not.
We have them on
cameras on top. No, we don't.
We have front body cams on most cops.
We don't, James.
Okay,
and you
I
do
see what
agree
you're
if
saying.
you actually listen to the words I'm saying to you. We don't. They do. They're against us.
Okay.
They're statists. We are not.
Then what
Contrary
makes...
to the popular...
Fair enough. Then what makes you think they're going to put your camera on when they won't even give us the footage from their camera?
That's the point. The system has to be changed, but it won't work by dividing us and making fun of thought leaders. And I don't care if you like it or not, James, you put yourself in the lead, you put yourself out front. You can try to sugarcoat it and make it Aunt Jemima flavored maple syrup. You did what you did. You're a leader now.
Aunt Jemima sounds kind of racist.
Sorry, you put yourself there.
Well,
it really does.
And you know, that's unfortunate.
I still want to know how he intends to pay for all this
leaders.
if income tax is
That
unconstitutional.
people still can't realize that they need to take individual responsibility for themselves. And I get that you're going to give them, you're going to tell them what they want to hear, that you'll be their leader. But guess what? James Freeman won't be their leader. Chille will have to do it. James won't do it. I'm not going to be their leader.
You're talking in the third person, so you must think high of yourself.
I'm not going to be their leader. It's going to have to be you, Chille. You're going to have to lead them off the cliff.
Well, then what? Oh, that's what you think? You think I'm leading people off the cliff?
I mean,
You think I'm going to run as you think I would run as a Republican or a Democrat? You think I'd run one of those cylinders? You think I don't know that it's garbage? You think I'm stupid? I'm a joke, remember?
Hold on
He's doing
one
a murder
second.
video, but fuck him.
Hold on one second. One of
For
my
how
kids
long?
is asking for help. Hold on. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
60 whole seconds.
All right, sorry. Where were we?
Is that real? Is that real, or are you just setting up the streams to try to troll me again? I mean, can we have a man-to-man conversation, or
Chille?
I don't trust you anymore. You broke my trust, so I don't know what's real with you anymore. It's a big fucking joke, James.
All right. Well, I had to run and take care of something.
Is that true? You had to take care of your kid?
Yeah.
If that's true. Thank you for being a good father. I guess you're leading him by role modeling. You don't want to lead anybody.
Him.
Her. You're leading her by role modeling, right? You're showing her how to behave by your actions, right? That's how a child learns. If you study first and second and third stage adolescence, from toddler to first stage adolescence, they only learn by what they see, not by what you tell them.
Now he's a development expert.
You're leading someone.
All right.
He took early childhood education online.
Starts trying to talk to all the kids. Yeah, San Joaquin, it is creepy as hell what he was doing. If I were out there with my kids, nah. Actually, my kids starts trying to talk to all the kids.
So listen, you got to teach the kids right that the cops will target them, arrest them, and charge them with crimes in their high school year.
All right. So he's not wrong. He's not wrong. The cops will target and arrest kids in their high school years. He's not wrong.
What do you want to do, James? What do you want to do? I'm going to do a live stream. What do you want me to do? Do you want me to talk to James? It was real funny. Or how do you want this to go? Because remember, I get a beef with you, man. More people are going to pay attention.
What do you mean?
That's not what I'm interested in. Oh, come on, James. Someone puts your name in their title. They're going to get 1,000 views.
I know. That's why you've been trying to talk to me for a long time.
That's not why I've been trying to talk to you, dude. I thought you were an agent of change. I thought you really wanted to change the system. That's why I wanted to talk to you. I don't give a fuck. I get attention no matter what.
Really? Because
if I go sit in the back of a restaurant.
Because you know that there's a number of people that you've already done that to. And those people, a lot of them won't speak out. They just stay behind the scenes. But you tried to hijack. Wait a second. You tried to hijack multiple channels for you.
It's an argumentative fallacy. It's an argumentative fallacy. You're saying everybody's against you.
No, I'm not saying everyone's against you. I'm saying that you tried to hijack.
Chille says everyone's against him.
Channels to do what you wanted on them, and they told you, "Fuck off! You're not hijacking my channel."
It's the Amber Heard defense. Everyone's lying. Everyone's out to get me.
Just lay it out. I told Dale at Lackluster he needed to focus on Terry versus Ohio. We had a beef back and forth for 1-2 conversations total, and they weren't even conversations. They're all recorded. I kept a recording of everything, and I didn't try to hijack his channel. I asked him to focus on Terry, but I didn't try to hijack his channel. And he told me, "Go fuck myself. I'll do whatever I want."
Who was that rapper?
I said, you know what?
Who was that rapper that you tried to hijack his audience?
Ooh,
hijack his audience.
Talib.
See, the guy I'm suing?
Yeah.
I'm suing him.
I mean, you tried to hijack. You tried to hijack his audience to do the same thing. You know, we all know what you're doing.
Hijack. The words you use are just pathetic, dude. As pathetic as your behavior, to be honest.
And everybody's starting to see who and what you are, Chille. You know,
so now you
hate stroking, Pat. Definitely hate stroking.
I'm not an agent of change. I'm something else. What am I exactly, James? What am I exactly? I don't want to change things. I want what?
You want to? You want attention? That's for sure. You definitely want attention.
I can get attention without going on YouTube, brother. I can walk out anywhere in the world and get attention.
I noticed, and you noticed. I mean, you've always got the camera pointed at your face. We know.
So if you don't like my face, then don't watch.
I don't watch. I'm not subscribed. I don't watch. The only reason I reached out to you is because multiple people told me for weeks Chille was trying to have a debate with you. So I said, all right, Fine.
You
I'll go
called
talk
me
to
a
this guy.
statist. You called me a statist. I didn't mention your name till you started calling me a statist. Never mentioned you once till you started calling me names. Never once. Not one time ever.
That's a descriptive. That's a descriptive word. You believe statist means that you believe the state should exist.
Don't lie though. Don't change the channel, jokester. I never mentioned your name, so you're publicly calling me a statist. And in my comment sections, you called me a statist. Then I called you out. I said, let's have a debate. And you got whooped.
Because you're a statist.
Okay. All right. And it was always about ego and winning for you. For you, it was always about the ego and the win.
That's our whole fucking culture. Wake up.
Yeah, for barbaric people like you, yes, it is. And
our culture's barbaric. We are Rome. Have you not noticed?
Yeah, I've noticed, man.
Dude, there's only me and you on the phone. Broadcast it all you like, but don't be fake. You started calling me a statist, then I mentioned your name. I never talked about you once, other than James Freeman is my favorite auditor. Never said I want to debate him. Never talked about you once.
There were maybe you didn't talk about me publicly there. There were multiple because there were a few emails that I got that said that you wanted to discuss that with me. I
discuss Terry versus Ohio?
Maybe
absolutely. Absolutely. James, I reached out to hundreds of people who I thought were leaders. Hundreds, dude.
And he's looking for a leader.
Then let's go ahead and talk about that now. So this whole time, all you wanted to do was reach out to me about Terry v. Ohio?
Is this a joke, or are we talking seriously here?
I'm dead serious.
Reached out to hundreds and only a couple answered.
Why don't you go check all my channels and see if I'm live? And then come back and we can maybe have the conversation. Sound good?
I have already seen the videos.
I don't think I've heard Chille answer one question ever.
Sorry, James. I didn't get too cool to subscribe to an agent of change. I got it. I got you.
All right. So let's go ahead and talk. You wanted to talk about Terry v. Ohio?
I thought Chille said Freeman would have no answers.
Just petty garbage.
No, he lost the debate. He had no ignorance.
So you want to talk about Terry v. Ohio?
He's losing this, and it's not even a debate.
Call me a statist if you're not subscribed. How'd you get there?
Somebody.
Educator, you need to give him a hug.
Over there because you were saying that you wanted to debate me about statism or anarchy or something, and so I put that little statist comment in there.
Dude, listen. There's only
you're overthinking it too.
No, I never mentioned your name. You started publicly calling me a statist.
You're way overthinking it.
No, hold on. Let's just stay on the point without joking or turning the channel. That's what a real debate is, James, and that's what this is.
Oh God, you have to lead everything. You have to be in charge of everything. You're not in charge, Chille. You're not in charge.
I guess you are. Then you're the leader.
Chille, you wanted to talk about Terry versus Ohio, right?
I want to be clear on the point and not have you lie to me on the phone. It's just me and you. I'm not going to broadcast this. You're welcome to do what you're going to do. I can't stop you. But I'm not going to broadcast this. This isn't what I want.
Chille, did you want to talk about Terry?
No. Be clear. Don't turn the channel, jokester. I said I've never mentioned your name until you publicly called me a statist. That's the truth.
Okay, so pick the point you want to talk about because you are all over the place. So we want to talk. We want to go back to talking about you being a statist.
I don't want to talk. You're a fraud because you're lying, and there's only me and you on the phone. You're lying, and I don't want to talk to a fraud. And I'm willing to just say fuck it right now because you know as well as I do. You just said something a minute ago. The reason I mentioned your name was for attention, and I said I've never mentioned your name until you publicly called me a statist. And then I said, well, debate your point, and you couldn't. And that's the point of this right now. I never talked about James Freeman ever, other than who are your favorite auditors. I just want to be clear here. I don't mention your name for people to look at my channel. Never have, never will. I'm publishing. I will. If you publish yours, I'll publish mine. And then we got a big beef, James, and you divided everybody. Good job. Way to really be a culture leader.
This is why I laugh at you. Like, come on, man. Are you taking yourself seriously right now?
Of course, because you lied a second ago. You said I brought your name up to get attention.
Chille,
and that's a lie.
Chille,
I don't like liars.
I've had more. Never mind. Well, delete laws. You wanted to chat with me, right?
Well, yeah. You keep calling me a statist, and I want to talk about that.
Okay, great. All right, so that's what this is all about. Good.
You called me a statist.
Yes.
What? Have more what? You've been out in front of the camera longer than me?
Nah, Chille, do you want to talk about the status thing then, or what?
I just want you to admit that I've never talked about you until you called me a statist.
This guy got chat nailed it. He won't talk about it because he can't control the
Johnny
narrative.
50 and a couple other people that my name was in your mouth.
Not over a debate or anything like that. Other than James Freeman, my favorite auditor.
Okay, I think you're just fixated on some things that are just driving you crazy.
Well, I don't like lies, James. It's you know how long it took me to stop lying, and I had to dedicate to stop lying. I had to dedicate to it.
So are you saying at one point you were?
Yeah, we're still waiting on that Chille.
Or what? Are you telling me that or not?
Dude. Wow. It'll sound great on your recording, James. Whatever you need to do, brother.
Yeah.
No, but it takes a long time not to tell fish stories. Not to say I talked to 20 cops when really you talked to 4.
Yeah.
Not to say I dated 3 girls when really you dated 1.
I do believe he just admitted he had a problem with lying.
In fish stories, everybody is the king of fish stories.
Okay.
I catch people who I respect telling a fish story, and I go, dude, come on. How many was it really? Well, my best friend says he owns sneakers. We talked to some girls, he owns sneakers. Okay. Come on, bro. You don't own sneakers, you own sneakers. Owning sneakers is pretty fucking significant.
He finally admitted that he's a compulsive liar.
It takes a long time to stop doing that, though. You have to make a commitment to it. So I made the commitment to tell the truth. And you said something a second ago that wasn't true, and I'm stuck on it because I'm stuck on the truth. I got to be honest, man.
So how long ago did you recover from that?
2020.
2020
when I said.
And how long?
Wrong. Try again, dumbass.
Was it a problem for you?
He stopped lying in 2020.
Well, okay,
everybody
but
bullshit.
From what you're
Everybody.
saying,
It wasn't a problem for me. I heard Jordan Peterson on an interview one time. They said, "What's the hardest thing for you to do?" And Jordan Peterson said, "Not to tell a lie." And she said, "Really?" He said, "Yes, because you get stuck in doing these things where you want it to be more fantastic and more bigger and better." And he said, "I battle it every day. I catch myself sometimes, and I go back and have to remember, just be truthful."
Mm-hmm.
And it was a Jordan Peterson clip I saw when in Hollywood, I produced a movie for a $500,000 budget that around some babe, it becomes a $800,000 budget.
He is very windy.
Just small fries. But you're not telling the full truth. Could you rack up your receipts and locations you got?
Well, it's all that
and
hot
put it up
air
to
he's
800,000?
blowing.
Sure you could. Is that true, though? Not really.
Tom nailed it.
So, but the way you just tried to frame me, that's called framing, by the way. It goes hand in hand with argumentative fallacies.
He can't talk for 3 minutes without getting out of breath. Out of shape he is. I can't read it. It's too small.
Hey, we're getting a Chille philosophy lesson for free.
This is terrible video editing. I just want to throw that out there.
And it probably took him 97 hours.
Yeah, he was up all night doing this, guys. Up all night doing this. Working hard.
I want to know why he was so out of breath in those phone calls. I'm worried.
I'm telling you, it's all that hot air he was blowing. Yeah, it takes a lot of work to put that much bullshit out.
Yeah, and I know you spent a long time reading while you were making videos.
And you keep claiming there's argumentative fallacies and this and that, but I mean, I just don't think it's true. I mean, that's your claim.
You're great at them. You're the best I've ever met. At argumentative fallacies, at red herrings, taking people over the trail over here. You tried to do it to me just now on the phone. I wouldn't let you do it.
Well,
you still haven't answered the question. I never mentioned your name until you called me a statist. Why don't you just say the truth right now?
This is
I've
the
never
same
mentioned
thing.
your name.
This is the same
You won't
thing
do it.
as
You
when
won't
you
do it.
asked me to have a. This is the same thing as
I
when
feel you, Steve.
And instead of talking about one topic, you were all over the place.
Facts are red herring.
And you keep claiming there's argumentative fallacies and this and that, but I mean, I just don't think it's true. I mean, that's your claim.
You're great at them. You're the best I've ever met. argumentative fallacy. Red herrings, taking people over the trail over here. You tried to do it to me just now on the phone. I wouldn't let you do it.
Well,
you still haven't answered the question. I never mentioned your name until you called me a statist. Why don't you just say the truth right now?
This is
I've
the
never
same
mentioned
thing.
your name.
That's beautiful.
This is the same
You won't
thing
do it.
as
You
when
won't
you
do it.
asked me to have a. This is the same thing as when you asked me to have a debate with
fraud.
you, and instead of talking about one topic, you were all over the place.
Keep going on your example, but just to say a guy rapes a woman, okay? So now, in a volunteerist society, how would the woman get justice? And just defend your position. Don't cut down my position. Just defend your position of volunteerism and anarchy.
Okay, I've said it before, and I guess I'll say it one more time. But there's no guarantee that she's going to get justice. Okay, and that's in any system, a statist system, a voluntarist system. There's no guarantee that she's going to get justice.
Okay,
hopefully
gotcha.
She will.
Gotcha.
Hopefully,
gotcha.
Oh my God.
She will,
Madeline,
no guarantee. I mean, as of right now, I don't think that News Now Houston's victim got justice, and we do have a system of
Can
statism.
you leave the guy alone for the love of God? He's not here to defend himself. So now let me just.
Well, I mean, we're just going off of his own records and what he's said.
Oh, you mean
I'm just saying that it's not okay. See, this is why statists don't seem to understand this. You don't have a right to initiate force against others, and that's why you get a lot of these guys going out there who don't have a clue, who are basically aggressors who are initiating force against people. Like News Now Houston, you don't get to rape people, and this is what statists don't understand. You don't get to take from people things that they produced. You don't get to do things with their body if they don't consent to it. So, I mean, this is why a lot of people who are statists also support that. They're like, hey, no big deal. He just stuck it in her without her consent.
Well, when the rubber meets the road here, James, what you're saying initially and what you're saying still initially and now even still, and you're saying the same thing, that if a woman is raped, that she may not get justice. And the reason I said gotcha is because here's what happens in a volunteerist or an anarchist system. If you rape my sister and there's no rule of law, I'm going to blow your head off.
Good.
I'm going to go track you down. A volunteerist system and an anarchist system always leads to violence. Whereas a system based on rule of law, not the current tyrannical state of rape and murder by the state, if we actually live by rule of law where everything is on camera, then the state acting in alliance with protecting rights would go and seize that person. Cannot be seized unless supported by oath or affirmation, the Fourth Amendment. That means the victim is swearing an oath that this guy raped me and I need justice. But if that person cannot swear an oath to the state, then what happens is
this is not very revealing.
I will come and get justice for my sister because there's no set.
He thinks this is like a gotcha moment.
That's why I keep telling you, you cannot answer the questions I've asked because it always leads to violence.
This is just making Chille look like more of an idiot.
And so you're
well, I mean, this was already publicly played out, and
pedophiles and rapists.
Newsflash: James Freeman is an anarchist, a volunteerist.
I want everybody
Shocking.
to know what a red herring argumentative fallacy is. James is amazing at them, and he
So
drags
is that a no?
off the
Is that a
set
no?
and it ruins everything.
I go back and watch that debate again, dude. I asked very pointed questions that you never answered, like you're not doing now. I never mentioned your name about a debate until you called me a statist. Why don't you just answer the question? It's yes or it's no. Which is it?
I don't know. I suppose maybe you were talking about debating somebody else.
I agree, Timo.
I was
Chille
never
likes to
talking
bring
about
up
debating
rape
you
a
until
lot
you went
for
to my comment
some
section
reason,
and called me a statist.
which is
I let the
strange.
first few go. I said I don't want to smack down a guy I idolize in front of everybody. But after you started publicly calling me a statist, at that point it was time to face you. And you can't stick up for your philosophies. So it's just that simple. That's why you got shellacked. Because you never answered a single question. I watched the debate back.
All right.
I asked you pointed, direct questions, and you changed the subject like you're doing now.
So far, 2 questions I've asked you, 0 answers. So
You're
I asked you
looking
about
for-
the guy who hit your kid. Let me finish. And then I asked you about the guy beating his wife. What about the guy beating his wife? Who's going to go in there?
That's between them.
But also, you still have not answered the question. 2 questions, you straight ducked them both.
Yep.
How do you get justice when your kid's leg is broken or a guy's beating his wife?
What do you mean justice?
For the love of God, just answer the question.
I said it, Chille.
Because you never answered a single question. I watched the debate back.
All right.
I asked you pointed, direct questions, and you changed the subject like you're doing now. That's fine, though.
So what is
the
the status?
record? So
What is the
So if you
status?
publish it,
What is the status?
well, if you know what it is. A statist is someone who wants to empower the government at the cost of even stripping your rights. Or make
No.
the government bigger.
See, you redefine
That's what
status.
it
A status is someone who believes that government should exist. Period. End of story.
Right, exactly like James Freeman said.
That's not the definition of status.
Yes,
That's
it is.
Not the definition of status.
Yes, it is.
Okay, I'll look it up right now. I got my phone in my hand. Define status. You're incorrect, James.
Well, what are you using? A Google definition? A status is someone who believes that
Oh, I
government
see.
should
Just
exist.
the regular words that people use. And let me get my glasses here. An advocate of political system in which the state has substantial centralized control over social and economic affairs.
It sounds like
That
a
sounds like
status
somebody-
definition of status, that you don't feel status when you believe that government should exist.
Okay, then you listen.
A status believes that government should exist.
No, that's not what the definition of a status is. I'm sorry. Look it up 20 different ways. That is not what a status is, James. I apologize if you want to be a Scientologist and change the meaning of words, but that's just not the truth. A status is someone, I read it clear, an advocate of a political system in which the state has substantial centralized control. I'm against that. My whole system is about decentralizing peace officers.
Yeah.
So a decentralized system based on a centralized system is the opposite of statism. I know you can't stay on topic, so I'm trying to be specific.
All right.
From the opposite of status, according to the definitions in the actual dictionary, right?
Which dictionary? Google?
Oh, I see. So I'm locked in the wrong dictionary? Okay, you take a screenshot and send me your definition, wherever you find it on the internet. I don't care what you go to DuckDuckGo or Safari or wherever you want.
All right.
But the definition of status is clear. It's a centralized system based on giving power to the government, even at the cost of stripping the rights of Americans. I'm against that.
Okay, so
When you started publicly calling me status, I called you to a debate.
Here's
And again, you
statism.
can answer the question.
Here's the definition of statism: political ideology. In political science, statism is the doctrine that the political authority of the state is legitimate to some degree. This may include economic and political policy, especially in regard to taxation and the means of production. So,
if we went back to the basic standard. I'll let you finish. I didn't mean to-
Clearly we're talking about two different. We've got two different definitions of statism.
Okay.
And when I claimed that you were a statist, what I meant was that you believe, and tell me if I'm wrong, you believe that the political authority of the state is legitimate in any degree.
I believe that there should be a government structure that does the things for the public to protect their rights and to ensure a society that can flourish.
Then by the
100%,
political ideology, then by the definition of statism, the political ideology, you're a statist. And I told you when I first made that claim that it wasn't like I was trying to use an ad hominem and say you're a dummy head, you're a stupid. I was saying.
What you did today.
Like if I believe in communism, you would call me a communist, right?
I don't believe in communism either.
Well, no, I'm not saying you do. I'm not saying you do. But if I were a communist, you would call me if I believed in communism, you would call me a communist, right? And it wouldn't be an ad hominem. It would just be a description of what I am.
I don't.
Right?
But what you're doing is another argument in a fallacy where you're creating a straw man and saying, I believe in government.
Well,
and this government, I don't believe in the people in this government. No.
Oh,
So
well,
it's an argument of fallacy.
No,
It's a straw man. You're saying, I believe in government.
You're definitely
You're dividing people, James. Is what you're doing.
Okay, and you're definitely, that is not a straw man. Do you or do you not believe that the state is legitimate to some degree, that the authority is a state?
Show me a country in the world that doesn't have a government. Show me one. And tell me what it looks like.
And you claim that it's a straw man, and if I'm wrong and you're not claiming that, then fair enough. That's a straw man. But are you claiming that or are you not?
No, you built a temple and said, here's what you believe in. Yes or no. And that's a straw man. Here's the temple I built that defines this. You believe in this, yes or no. And I refuse to go into that temple because I didn't build it.
The whole point, though, is you wanted to come talk to me because I called you a statist, and you wanted to defend that you are not a statist.
That's exactly correct. I'm not a statist.
Okay, so you're saying that it is not true that you believe that the state has any legitimate authority.
Not in this current form, not in tyranny. Of course not.
At all,
Garbage.
ever.
That's why we
At all, ever.
That's why we have jobs.
Well,
yes, I believe that a government should exist. Yes.
Then you're
a governing
a
body of people should exist.
Then you're
That's not the definition of statist.
Well,
it's incorrect. You're giving me one definition and substituting it for another. It's a bait and switch. You believe in this, right? Okay, then you're this. It's a bait and switch. I don't believe in a tyrannical government. Show me a country around the world that doesn't have a government.
How is that relevant to whether or not you believe that the authority of the state is legitimate?
Well, then let me be blunt. Your ideas are stupid and they're ignorant. Show me a country in the world that doesn't have a government.
How is that relevant? How is that relevant?
Let me finish.
Okay, go on. Sorry.
Let me finish.
Go on.
It's stupid and ignorant and uneducated to say that if you believe the country should have a government, you're a statist. That's ignorance. That's false. That's not true.
Okay.
Furthermore, even if your definition of statist was true, then you fall on deaf ears because there's not a single country in the world that doesn't have a governing body. So James wants to make America have no governing body. And you think that's not leading people off a cliff? That's preposterous.
So your argument is that because statism exists everywhere, you're not a statist, even though you believe in statism. Now, hold on. That's kind of like saying, me saying, wait a minute. That's like me saying, hey, Chille, slavery is wrong. And you say, but James, everybody has slavery. What would we do without slavery? Look, I get that everybody does it, okay? I get that people are enslaving people and chaining them up and whipping them and forcing them to do work for them, okay? But that does not change the fact that it's wrong. How many people have to be doing it for it to be right, Chille?
So how does the American government differ in slavery? What are the three philosophies of government of America? The third one is Montesquieu's book, The Spirit of Laws. What was Montesquieu's foundation? To ban slavery. Our government is supposed to, on the terms that there's no slavery in America. That was Montesquieu's ideas that he so willingly gave to Madison and to Jefferson.
It's like listening to a bad first-year philosophy student.
We decide whether or not you believe in government.
Believe in government is a straw man.
Okay.
That you're forcing me to say I believe in government.
Okay.
That's ridiculous.
Well,
you're putting words in my mouth. I just told you we need a governing body.
Okay.
That doesn't mean I believe in government.
And your argument
that a governing body is necessary.
That literally means he believes in government.
And your argument is we need a governing body because everybody else, we need a state. We need a state because everybody else has a state. Just like, the South used to say, we have to have slavery because who's going to pick the cotton if we don't have slavery?
It's so funny. It's so funny the words you say because you don't even, maybe you don't realize you're talking in a circle. Maybe you just haven't, maybe you don't have a 50,000 view of yourself.
Right.
So what you're telling me is that every other country in the world, going back to Rome, 300 BC, 14 BC, okay, till now has had a governing body. But now, you said a minute ago, I was leading people off the cliff. But your idea is that we're going to break the mold 2,000 years later and go, no more governing bodies. You're all free to do whatever you want.
All right.
And that's not selling hyperbole. That's not selling just trash.
Now let's define what a government. James. Now let's define what a government is. Let's see if we can agree on a definition of government.
Philosophy, Rousseau's, Kant's, Marx. Whose philosophy of government? Montesquieu's?
I want yours.
Whose philosophy?
I want yours.
Well, I'm not that smart, James. So what I do is I rely on the philosophy.
Hey, we got some truth.
Studied so deeply. I rely on John Locke, Jean-Jacques Rousseau, and Montesquieu.
Okay.
The tri-philosophy that America is supposed to be based on.
Okay.
I know you don't know anything about it, so that's why I'm educating you.
Okay.
The Montesquieu idea is checks and balances on power. Unfortunately, that was abandoned in 1777, 1793. Sounded good. Signing ceremony was great. From there on out, it went the other way to a monarch. We left Rousseau's idea of a social contract and immediately moved to Hobbes' idea.
Let's go back. Let's go back. Because like you said, you're going to educate me. So Rousseau's social contract said what?
That the people are the sovereign. That man is a gentle, beautiful beast that feels empathy and love for others, even people he doesn't know.
Okay.
Thomas Hobbes said man was a brutish beast, that everything he did was for himself and selfish. He only cared about his own sense of being. Even being a good father to your daughter, you're not a good father to your daughter for her. You're a good father to your daughter for you. So you don't want other dads to say that you're bad.
Okay.
You're a good father to your daughter so that your daughter will give you the love that you want. You don't love her and take care of her because it's for her. This is Hobbes' idea. You love and take care of her, so she'll give you the love that makes you feel good. He goes down to the very essence of humanity as far as the most selfish, self-centered being on earth. Jean-Jacques Rousseau's social contract is the opposite.
Okay,
That the
now that was a
people are the
BS
power,
argument
the
about his
people are the
kids.
sovereign, and the government serves the people. And that man is a beautiful
Well, to be fair, he's trying to make an analogy.
There's several social contracts.
Well,
Kant's idea is even different. Marx is even further different.
Right. Okay. Well, I'm
Marxism.
still failing to see how any of this creates a contract. I understand that these people have different philosophies about the nature of a human, but where does this contract come in?
Well, it's because it's rule of law. Bellium omnium contra omnes. This is a Latin phrase coined by Thomas Hobbes that said, if there is no rule of law, man will kill each other. Bellium omnium contra omnes means a war of all men against all men. In other words, I don't agree with you, James. You made fun of me today. I go find you and kill you because you know what? You violated me. And they say, why'd you kill the guy? He did this to me. Well, you know, you got to face trial for that. No, I don't. I'm free.
He can't answer the question. He just literally cannot answer the question because he does not understand.
It's over.
You can't answer any question.
That's what Bellium omnium contra omnes means.
Okay.
And so you have no answer for that. You can't answer it.
Well,
I asked you 3 times in the last debate. You couldn't answer it. How do you uphold the rules if there's no rule of law?
Well, first off, you were jumping around like crazy on purpose the other day. But
on purpose.
Two questions, you straight ducked them both.
Yep.
How do you get justice when your kid's leg is broken or a guy's beating his wife?
What do you mean justice?
The woman can't get beat up in her house because her husband's a loser and beating her. That can't work. You
What do
said
you
it
mean?
right.
Why
Listen,
not?
We give the same example, James.
It
We
works
both
right
say-
now.
No, we both say, and be serious here, we both say that currently what they do is come in and arrest the guy half the time the chick's lying, throw him in a dungeon, treat him like hell. He gets out. They either stay together and then eventually he kills.
Oh, so now half of DV victims are lying.
We didn't solve the problem. You still have the guy who beats women. Now, I can defend that the tyrannical state is garbage. And I can defend that if we had a transparency system, we could have a nation based on rule of law. But you cannot defend your volunteer system. And in 2 examples, you refuse to answer or you can't.
Yeah. Yeah, you refuse to accept that a utopian society will not exist. You are absolutely right. I cannot solve everyone's problems.
But how focused am I now?
Now,
am I focused enough?
I'm keeping you on point. Yes.
So then tell me how we wouldn't have a war of all men against all men if there was no rule of law. Because what you did to me today,
well,
I started angling
you. and that's exactly what a statist is.
These
is someone who
jokes,
believes that even though I did not take your life,
brevity.
Someone that believes that even though I did not take your life, your liberty, or your property, that you have a right to physically attack me and take my life, my liberty, or my property.
That's what you would have without the social contract.
Okay,
to give you an example.
Wait,
I don't want to do that, James.
Because we can't jump around it.
Joking, for the love of God. You joke all the time, and it's fine. But if I tell a joke, then that's what I am. It was a total joke.
What
was a joke? You. It's funny. It was funny. What?
I'm sorry. I totally missed the joke.
Because I'm not as funny as you, James.
So,
is that okay? I don't tell jokes very much.
That's fine. But, and I'll tell you what, the next time I troll you, I will not troll you that fucking hard. I'll agree I went over. But anyway.
Or just don't interrupt me when I'm making a murder video, dude. Showing a guy getting murdered.
Let's go back to the social
How you actually
contract.
wanted to lead. I'm mistaken. I was mistaken.
No, I don't. And you know what? That's fair enough. And I wish that more people would see what you see. Is that people, anyways. But no, we're getting off track again. We're on the social contract. Now,
okay, so how do you uphold the rule of law, James, without the social contract?
Well, first off,
social contract, rule of law, they're the same thing.
I do not understand how there is a contract in the first place. Can you? You said that we need rule of law.
We haven't read Rousseau, then have you? I can't teach you a book in a conversation. You need to read the book.
Well, I think that you need to describe the social contract to me. What does this contract say? What does the contract
What
say?
the social contract is very clear in everybody's philosophy. All philosophers who talk about the social contract, that's based on a rule of law. Marxism is based that the government controls the means of production, the means of goods, the means of services. They are the dictators. That's Marxism. Socialism, communism, okay? Now, Rousseau's idea is that the people control the means of commerce, the means of goods, the means of services. They're the opposite, you see? And so what the rule of law is which social contract are we all going to adhere to? And what that means is that which rule of law? Are we going to subscribe to Hobbes' rule of law that the government?
He can't explain this.
If you break the laws, you can be killed. Or are we going to subscribe to Jean-Jacques Rousseau's social contract that says that the people are the sovereign, and you'll go through a democratic process if you break the laws?
Why does he sound like he's going to pass out and die?
And either way, though,
and if we,
sorry,
it's very concerning.
If you don't follow the rule of law, and this is in Rousseau's book, The Social Contract, he says, if we don't have rules, because we're so intertwined for your milk, your bread, your everything, and this is back in 1690, okay? If we don't agree to a set of rules, we'll all kill each other. Hobbes is right. I disagree with his application of the social contract of the rule of law, but he is right. And every philosopher after him said the same thing. But now Mr. Freeman says, fuck those guys.
Yeah.
You haven't read any of their work, but fuck them.
And you know what, Chille? I tried to get you in touch with some people that are a lot smarter than me. But we'll go ahead. We'll go ahead with this. And if you want to talk to them, by the way, they are not disrespectful to anyone who comes on their show, like the fake news network is.
I don't usually make fun of people and pull them out of what they're doing and make fun of them. There's trolls out in the world who want to do things like that to me.
Listening to Chille is literally like listening to Clark in Pub Scene and Goodwill Hunting, just regurgitating what he read and no understanding or independent thought.
Right.
He's the one. He's been leading for years. I told him.
No.
I said, listen. You guys make videos about James Freeman.
you gotta stop telling people to look for. I mean, you get to do whatever you want, man. I wish that people would stop looking for a leader. But
hey, Josh, just throw the video back up so we can watch the whole thing, man. Hey, nobody's mad at you, Josh. I mean, you did a good job. We just want the rest of the video up. That's all.
This social contract is
what
is am I?
How is this supposed to make him look bad? I'm just confused.
And can you explain that?
Yes.
It just makes Chille look.
You're bound to the rule of law. Yes, you are.
And most of this is it's like, hold on, can we pause again? I'm sorry.
And
pain in the ass that I am. I just don't understand. Like, does Chille not fathom that this is most of what he is playing is public. These are public videos that James Freeman put out. It's a public debate. He's splicing in some of their phone call, which I didn't personally catch, but I believe that I heard that James Freeman already put out. Like, this is not bombshell materials.
He didn't get a chance to slant it for his viewers. This is like a pathetic last-ditch effort to get back the people that went running when they saw what was going on.
Yeah,
and this is not good. This is bad. This is not a good. I mean, again, I think this is his performance art, his Kaufman-esque gotcha moment. Like, I'm gonna make James Freeman look so bad, and here we have James Freeman sounding extremely reasonable and agreeable, and like just upfront and direct, right? He's not saying anything to Chille in this phone call that he hasn't already said publicly. I mean, we're not hearing a different James Freeman. I mean, you can disagree with the guy, you can agree with him. I disagree with him on quite a few things, honestly. But I mean, points for being the same person regardless, right? It's not like when the camera goes off and the stream goes down and the video stops playing that Chille is pulling back a curtain and we're having a brand new James Freeman and this is a radically different person. There's nothing dishonest or disingenuous about this conversation that he's putting out there. I mean, I don't understand what he's trying to do other than troll the fuck out of everybody by saying, I'm going to make James Freeman look bad and then not do that.
And Chille has made himself look. Sorry, go ahead, Shiz.
You know how I know it's not real? Not once has he tried to talk about the trifold. And if this was actually Chille, like not acting, he would have tried to get Freeman to get a trifold.
Well, no, because I think that the trifold is also part of the act, right? Because he says that the trifold is indestructible, and it's not, right? So that's like another like troll, like, ha ha ha, you actually believed that my trifold was indestructible, gotcha. And I'm sure that he refunds all that money afterwards that people are spending, on a completely useless product.
Well, my argument, though, is that one thing he's not going to be able to recover from is what has been the overarching theme of us and all the other channels. That he's a liar, right? He just admitted that he has a problem with pathological lies. So thanks, Chille, for supporting our point.
seriously.
Well,
I had to put
'cause
this.
it's
I
hard.
had to put this up because it's funny. You're wrong about him being a public figure. At 5'1", he's a public figurine.
He's a tchotchke.
Yeah.
But yeah, he just agreed with everybody, all the anti-frauditors' points, with Abrams' point, with Freeman's point. He just admitted he's got a problem with the truth, that he's a liar.
Wait, but he also said he hasn't lied since 2020. That's when he stopped.
Okay.
And that's a lie. So again, point proven.
Yeah, so I mean, we continue with that. Sorry, I just I'm really. Ernestine Bronner says that there's cameras everywhere. James, what's wrong with Chille? What Chille's talking about? I'm glad the cops have to wear cameras. James Freeman is a joke. He may be a joke, but Chille is a professional YouTube comedian. So I agree. Speak Chille's name with some respect. He is the funniest person on YouTube.
John Wayne Gacy was a better clown than Chille.
No, he's literally the funniest person on YouTube. Gina Bush, no, you are not blocked, Gina Bush.
Let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready. Sorry.
No, it's a good discussion. It's an important discussion.
In the Philippines, every single country in the world, except for some Africanist countries, are bound by rule of law.
Okay. Now, if
we've been battling the Ivory Coast for fucking centuries, dude. They don't have rule of law. That's why you get the pirates out there so much. Thomas Jefferson tried to take them down.
To be fair, the
He actually
Philippines
take
did
them
just
down
spend a
with
couple
Barbary
years
War.
executing
But
drug
eventually
dealers
they
in the
regrew
middle
it.
of the
No
street
rule of
without
law,
trial. So
and look at their country to this day. No rules to follow, so they just do whatever the fuck they want. How's it going over there?
All right.
Yes, you're bound.
So
to the
he's
rule of law.
arguing in a circle against himself.
Every single country has a social contract. Not one country doesn't. So tell
Well-
me how we're going to get rid of it here.
Okay. All right. And again, I think that this part of the conversation, if you really wanted to see some ideas.
No, just don't dodge, James. Just give me your idea.
Okay.
Back up your philosophy. You're talking shit.
Yes, Dave, I will take Chille to dinner. I would be honored.
Yeah, I know. And then that's the thing. I get it. You want to win. But the rule
No,
of
I
law,
want you to back up your fucking stupid philosophies that make no sense.
So the rule of law.
Oh, he's getting so angry.
Arbitrary exercise of power. Is that right? Is that your definition?
And he called him on it. I appreciate it.
Is that there are laws that must be followed.
it's because
or
his
you'll face
mods are the only
consequences
people
of
left,
those.
Kimmy.
And what we have here is a tyrannical government.
Whoa.
This isn't a
But
government
no,
based on rule of
wait,
law.
stop. You're moving ahead. The rule of law is what again?
The rule of law is that there is a set of laws that all men agree socially, called the social contract, to live under.
Only men.
And how would one agree to live under it? So this contract, where can I find it? Can I Google it?
Look them up. I just gave you. Look up Kant's. Your
Okay.
Kant's social contract.
And you're a law professor, right? Or a law scholar?
I'm none of those, dude. I'm like you said. I'm a Google University guy, bro.
No, I never
Google
said anything
University.
about you being a Google University
No,
guy.
I have
Besides
no
that-
formal education.
And
I read
besides
all
that,
this shit on my own.
I would have a lot more respect for a Google education than a college education, anyways. Okay, so look,
Yeah, I'm
but-
100% self-educated with no mentors.
but you have said that you're a law scholar, right? Now
I'm a constitutional law scholar. Yeah.
Okay. But you're saying that rule of law means that there are well-defined laws and we all have to obey them. And you're saying that that's a contract. Now under law, how does a
Right.
contract work?
You are contracted to be underneath of the rule of law, to live under the laws. And what we call Americans, just to kind of paint it pretty, is we're a body of willingly governed. And that's going to come out in the Federalist Papers.
Okay,
That's
so
when
as
the
far as
first idea of a
contracts
body
go, as far as contracts go, though, I mean, two consenting adults can contract with each other, right?
Well, you're going to get into some pretty hairy 14th Amendment stuff here in a second, but go ahead.
That's what I'm wondering. You and I are adults, and I think that both of us could look at a contract and say, hey, Chille, I want to sell you this 100 acres of land.
I say. So I have to give you a history lesson here.
Okay.
You're talking about contracts, how you and I can contract.
Yep. Yep.
Slavery was abolished 1865 officially, even though it wasn't. 1868 comes the 14th Amendment, equal protection under the law, meaning all free men have a right to contract.
Wait.
So what happens is-
I'm sorry. Are we looking to some type of document are we looking at the Constitution to tell us how contracts work? Is that what we're, just so I can follow?
Right. You're looking at basic human rights, and these are going to go back to the philosophies of Rousseau. So that you're going to go back to the two treaties of government published in 1690.
Well, I think you said something about a 14th Amendment, and I think that I think that your social contract existed before the 14th Amendment, right?
Right. The social contract begins with the inception of the rule of law, which is here's the rules that America is founded upon, our Constitution and our Bill of Rights. We agree to this Constitution with these rights, and we all agree to be willingly governed under this representation.
Well, I think we should stop
these balls.
How did we agree or disagree? Did we actually get a choice to consent or say, no, I don't want to?
Leaders did it.
Oh, see, maybe this is why I don't want people to follow me, because if they did, anyways, so you're saying that we didn't actually get to consent and that somebody else consented for us.
Whatever country you're born in, you consent at birth. And if you don't, they kill you or you go to a dungeon.
Okay, well, that doesn't sound like consent.
No, that's the way it is in every country in the world, James.
Again,
James Freeman has different ideas, but you can't back up how to change it.
Wait.
Whole problem I've had.
Wait a second. But that, you know what? I think that we can both agree that maybe there's not a better idea. But let's at least admit that me walking into a bar and telling a woman, I'm going to fuck you right in the pussy, and if you don't consent, I'm going to murder you or throw you in a cage, does not mean that she consented.
That's an argument and a fallacy and a red herring.
No, it's not.
What?
No, I'll tell you why. No, I'll tell you. It's not a point. I'll tell you why. Because the social contract is supposed to be based on upholding and defending people's rights.
Okay.
So you're saying things don't mix. It's like gun and law. Gun and law don't work together.
Supposed to be.
That's the way. That's right. But you're talking about a personal rape, where you can rape a woman and strip her right of being free in her person. Fourth Amendment.
Good.
So if you went to rape a woman, you'd be violating her rights under the social contract.
Fair enough.
And you would be arrested.
Fair enough. So to violate someone's consent would violate the social contract?
To violate the consent of their rights.
Well, don't people have a right to decide if they want to contract or not contract? What if I want to?
Sure, you're a sovereign citizen, James. Hope that works out for you.
I don't get it. Why are you getting upset? I mean, I'm just trying to follow the logic.
That laugh.
Follow the logic.
Okay, well, let's follow your logic, which is preposterous, but I'll go down the road with you.
Well, no, we can't even get to that until we figure out how people got the right to forcibly to force people into a contract, and we're calling it consensual.
You're more than welcome to say you're a sovereign citizen and you don't agree to the rule of law. And what the government will do, because the contract was created in 1793, what the government will do is they'll strip.
Why does it always go to rape?
And then go ahead and try to buy a house.
He really does have an odd fascination with sexual
anything
assault.
that has to do where you have to rely on a government apparatus for any of it, because unfortunately, McIntosh versus Johnson, 1812.
Whoa.
They said that the government.
You're getting off track again. You're getting off track.
This is not off track. This is right on the subject, brother. I'm trying to explain it to you.
Okay.
So
this is like James trying to control a toddler.
No, I'm not going off track at all, dude. I'm sorry that you don't have the education, but I'm going to educate you.
Well, you're already under the assumption, though, that people get to force other people into contracts, and we call it consensual. Now, if you're going to go down that path and say, look, here's all the examples of us forcing people into contracts that they didn't want to be a part of and calling it consensual, why would we go down that path? We're not going to agree at this point. We're
James, because every country has it. Every country has it.
And
there's not one country that doesn't have a social contract.
And that's just like
you're saying you don't want to adhere to it.
And that's just like saying every country has slavery.
Every country. Don't, though. Our countries.
Wait a second.
They don't, though.
But
that's not.
You are saying that you want to force someone into a contract through violence.
What you're saying is crap, dude. You're born into the country you're born into, and every country has the rule of law or a social contract. And if they don't, they're a dog shit third world country. I'm sorry. That's just the fact of life.
Okay.
Now, you want to give people false hope and say that you don't have to live
dog shit third world country.
No,
nice,
it's
Chille.
clear that we do have to live under people like you who are going to force us to contract with them. But can you at least Just
People
stop
like me.
saying, wait.
People like me.
Stop saying that it's consensual because it's not.
He is like the show Drunk History.
You're right.
It is like the show Drunk History. I mean, this is, and I mean, I think the interesting thing about debates.
And if you don't follow it, most countries will.
I'll let this go on. Sorry, actually.
I paused it for you. Go ahead, Kate.
The interesting thing about debates is that when you're scoring a debate and you're determining a winner and a loser, it's not necessarily the correctness or validity of the stance that you take. It's your argumentation that you're really scored on. And I mean, in this debate, although I don't necessarily agree with a lot of the ideas about volunteerism, as they call it. I mean, James is winning because he's able to stay on target and he's able to effectively, argue his point without appealing to a lot of logical fallacies. Right now we're hearing, Chile repeatedly fall back on an appeal to authority. Well, every other country has it. That's not a valid argument in the sphere of a debate. It's just not.
Well, he doesn't even make an argument. His argument is basically, oh, we're talking about this, I can't answer it, look over there. And then he starts talking about something else. And I like that James keeps redirecting him, but he keeps doing it anyway.
Right. His argumentation is garbage.
Yeah, and at least James's idea, whether you agree with them or not, James's idea are his own. And again, I said this before, Chille is just pulling a Goodwill Hunting bar scene. He's just regurgitating a bunch of scholastic nonsense that he read word for word that he immediately embraced, and there's no interpretation, no thought of originality or his own analysis or anything.
South Jersey Sasquatch hit this on the head. This isn't a debate. It's Freeman talking his beliefs against Chille spinning on promoting himself.
Yep.
That's fair. Ready to keep going, or?
And J5 says
guess.
Freeman might sound reasonable, but his ideas are just as ludicrous as Chille Willie's. I'm not going to confirm or deny that at this point, because I mean, I don't have the energy. I've worked all day in the course of playing this video. I cooked and just fed my kids, and I'm now sitting out on my porch. So I really wouldn't even get into my thoughts on it. I don't think that I think with any idea, they're not all, even the ideas that you feel are ludicrous, they're not all bad, right? Like, I think you need to hear a lot of different perspectives to build a healthy one of your own. That's my own personal opinion. That being said, when I'm just focusing on sort of the argumentation component of this conversation, debate, whatever you want to call it, I mean, James is absolutely destroying him because he's not appealing to all these logical fallacies. He's not spinning off topic. He's able to answer direct questions. Whereas, I mean, I've listened to James ask him for, I believe, 30 minutes now what the social contract is, just kind of define it, and he can't.
Nope. And he can never seem to. He wants to preach about it, but even with his whiteboard, he can't make it make sense to the average person. So what do you say, Kate? You want to continue or you want to abandon ship?
No, keep going.
The We Don't Stop This chat arc print.
Fair,
in America.
No, it's the same in America.
Well, they'll do other things first. Like they'll cut your social security number, make it so you can't get a loan, take away your ability to drive. They'll do all these things to you.
The government has never revoked anyone's social security number, to my knowledge.
Unfortunately, we're not living under a rule of law. We're living in tyranny.
And Chille, I
we
think
agree
we would agree.
Yeah,
I think that we would agree that if the rule of law really meant that we have rules,
yeah, lackluster. He's never going to address the skeletons in his closet for real. Ever.
And we would both agree that that's a good thing, and we should live under those type of rules. Could we agree on that?
Say it again so I can understand what I would agree to.
That if rule of law actually means that none of us have the right to take the life, liberty, or property of another, then we would agree that we should all live under rule of law.
100%.
See,
what happened?
Chille, we don't disagree at all. We don't disagree at all.
Well, okay, so why did I become popular on TikTok? What happened to that idea? What happened to it?
You're talking about it got bastardized, but how did that happen?
by Johnson versus McIntosh. You said earlier I was going off the rails. I'm trying to explain it to you, man. Johnson versus McIntosh took away the rights of the Native Americans to sell their property and said, because you've been conquered, we're going to go back to the 1510 Popable, written by Pope Nicholas X, that says that once we conquer you, you have dominion over you.
Okay.
And that's what happened in Johnson versus McIntosh. I was trying to explain to you. Now you see I wasn't going off the rails.
No.
We didn't agree to this. That is not the rule of law. That is not John Locke's philosophy of natural law. It's totally not at all.
But
so
I would
agree on that.
I would argue that we went off the rails with saying that there's a social contract and that there are certain rulers that can force you into a contract. Because, gosh, I mean, how can you say you have the right to your life, your liberty, and your property when you get to be forced into a contract?
Chille, and
let's
you
look at the
can't
reality
explain it.
of what, once you've been forced into this contract and allegedly some rulers have forced you into it because they'll use violence against you, what is law really? I mean, or legislation. They start writing down arbitrary rules like you can't smoke marijuana or we're going to throw you in a cage. You can't drive through a stop sign without stopping all the way or we're going to take your money.
This is where we fully agree. But we don't agree.
He's down to 95 viewers.
You think there should be no structure?
No.
Correct.
No, I definitely believe there should be a
Well, we're
structure.
also behind
What
where
I
the premiere
argue is that this idea of a social contract, which the contract doesn't exist. We both know it. A contract is a document that you and I both look at, we read, we agree to, and we sign. There is no contract. There's only force. And when we start out by saying, you know what, I'm your ruler, and I know what's best for you, and therefore I am going to force you into things that you don't like. I mean, we went off the rails already right there. We already violated people's rights in order to build this society in which we will not violate people's rights.
Right, but that's not going to come without a governing body. Sorry.
Well,
you're not going to get rid of all authority, and you're selling false hope to people. You're not going to get an anarchist or voluntarist society in the United States of America. Not now.
Hold on, sorry, I got to ask you to pause again because right there, Chille has pulled another kind of dirty trick in debate. So earlier in this conversation, in this video, we hear James calling Chille out quite pointedly for essentially selling people false hope. That is actually his phrase that he uses. He says, "You are selling people false hope. You are saying that you can free them from the shackles of tyranny, that you are their leader, that you will be able to lead them out of this." And James contends that no, Chille, you can't. They have to do it for themselves, which is one thing that honestly I would 110% agree with James Freeman. I believe very heavily in self accountability, and I do believe that we are all the masters of our own destiny.
Amen.
To an extent, right? Okay, so now we're an hour into this or whatever it is, and Chille has now flipped this back on James and essentially stolen his rhetoric, stolen his idea, and thrown it back at him and said, "Well, you're selling people false hope." When through this whole conversation, James isn't really selling anything. He's expressing his opinions and his ideas and his beliefs. And he's even said several times, we can agree to disagree. I'm not trying to force you to believe anything. So he's not selling anything. Chille is the one selling something here.
And welcome to everybody from Accountability for All Stream for joining us. Josh, AFA, thank you for sending everybody over here as we go over this. I want to say video, but I'm sure the ladies have a better terminology for it at this point.
This is just a very sloppy hit job. I mean, frankly, Turtle Boy Sports puts out better hit jobs than what Chille is doing right now. And I know they've had at least some communications because Chille is just myopically obsessed with my children. And there's only one place you get that from at this point. It's Turtle Boy. So he should really go back and talk to Aiden about how you put on a proper hit job, because this is a sloppy job.
Hey,
it's just making James. Yeah, he's making James look way more level-headed and well-spoken, and he's just looking like a coked-out maniac.
This is
right. And again, you don't have to necessarily agree with the words that are coming out of James Freeman's mouth. But objectively speaking, his argumentation is heads and shoulders above Chille, and he is, the first one to say, "I am not an expert by any means." He said several times, I don't think that I'm the smartest person in the room, which is a good indication of someone who's reasonably intelligent when they can recognize that You know, you're not the smartest person in the room. Why would you endeavor to be? You know, if you're the smartest person in the room, you're pretty stifled, in my opinion.
Right? It's boring.
And
Tom
James
Robinson
Freeman,
is right. He didn't call him Playboy. I didn't hear him say Playboy once.
and James Freeman in the chat joining us also says he's genuinely disappointed. Everything that Chille has put in this video was already publicly posted.
Right, that's what I've been saying the whole time, James. I'll drop the link at some point. I mean, if you wanna join our watch party, I just cracked open a bottle of Pinot, so it's a real party now.
Oh my!
Oh yeah. I gotta sit outside and let my grill cool down so I don't burn down my house. So.
Kate, did you get my will? I have bequeathed everything to you except just 2 things, but it is the 24-hour countdown to the end
No,
of
Josh, it has been rejected. There was no certificate of authenticity. There was no certificate of delivery. That's going to be $50. So no, invalid.
That's crazy. So you guys aren't accepting my will? I left everything to you.
We'll
you have
play
to do
it.
it through the
After this,
website.
we'll play it. We'll decide.
Let me know when.
Smoking auditor, good to see you, my friend. All right, yeah, let's let her rip. This is great.
Fair enough. But let's at least admit that we keep slaves on the plantation because we don't have a better idea. That we force people into contracts with us. Wait. That we force people into contracts with us through violence because we can't think of anything better.
And James, I'm trying to change that as you troll me.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make a change in our country.
Chille,
and you
I already
make fun
told
of
you,
me, dude.
and I know you won't believe me because I did troll you way too fucking hard earlier. I took it too far.
You
So
put
I
me
should have
off what I
trolled
was
you for a
doing,
couple of
dude. I
minutes
can
and let it go. Okay.
James, you are a great troll. Let's just be clear. Credit where credit is
Okay,
due.
right here. Hold on. Pause this right here because this is ridiculous. Now he has written, James is beaten. He has no choice except to make me his focus. And that is, entirely untrue. That's not what we're watching here. Just because you write it on your shitty Filmora, cell phone video editor doesn't make it true. In fact, everything that James is saying, like Chille has walked himself right into it. Chille is the one saying essentially, this is a social contract, which he still an hour and 30 minutes later can't even define in a clear and concise way. He can't answer that question, but he is stating that the social contract exists. Otherwise, you will be killed, in his words, which I would disagree with, but that's neither here nor there. Or thrown into a dungeon, as he calls it, right? So he is literally, like, James is now just repeating what Chille is saying, and Chille is arguing it, but that's the point he's been making the entire time, that this social contract that he is espousing here, this rule of law, is something that, in his own words, is forced upon people by duress and violence. So when James is saying this and Chille's going, no, he's literally just parroting back the point that Chille has been making for an hour, right?
Kate, you know what the most interesting part about his whole video, because I have a short attention span, is he writes on screen that he is an expert and he's been studying fallacies for years, right? But he misspelled the word fallacy. So I don't know, like, any scholar that isn't able to, like, spell correctly what their job title is. And then he tells James on the phone call that he used to be a liar, but now he's in recovery, which I thought that was both really funny.
Yeah, he's clean from lying since 2020. Yeah, he's clean from lying since 2020.
Well,
He's
y'all know what the
diabetic
13th
in
step is,
recovery.
right? Yeah.
Yes.
He also mispronounces fallacy, which I find to be and he is literally like, I mean, just in the time I've been
Leviathan.
listening, it's literally just the biggest logical fallacy that he seems to fall into here is appeal to reason. Well, why do we need rule of law? Well, because everybody else does. That's not an argument. That is a logical fallacy. I am far from a scholar myself, and I understand that. I don't understand how Chille doesn't.
Well, he's the smartest person.
Is Chille live right now? People keep commenting that he's live on his backup channel.
Hang on a second. I will check.
I got a notification that it's something like it is what it is.
Yeah, he's on his main channel right now, and I'm waiting for my expose tomorrow as well, which will include dash cam footage. So we're really just excited, and I'm upset that my my will has been rejected. I left everything, including the tear-soaked tissues that have been inflicted upon me by Masshole, the fingernail clippings from when I've had to deal with their exposés on me being a lying cunt. So to not be able to have you guys accept my will is just really sad.
We'll play it. I accept it. I accept it.
No, you don't
Can
even
we
need to
watch him
play it, but I
live?
just
Like,
want you to expect it.
well, Kate's is coming on Sunday, supposedly, is her expose.
My expose is going to be, I mean, I'm going to sum it up in a few words. He's probably going to mischaracterize my criminal record again. He's going to obsess about my children. And, you know, he's going to completely ignore the fact that as of today, June 16th, 2022, I do not have any children in state custody. I have given birth to no children that are in state custody. I have no involvement with the state whatsoever in that sphere.
Well, just be ready, Kate, because tomorrow he's going to play, very carefully selected dash cam footage that will not show me, but it will have my voice. I'm assuming that he will leave out the part where he pulled out his phone to show me his Tinder app and then show me his direct message history with a girl who told him that she was 17, and then he continued to converse with her anyways. So I don't think we're going to get to see a lot of the good stuff.
Hold on, wait. I'm still at 17-year-old. Can
Tap
we go
the
back to that real
brakes.
Yeah, well, I'm hoping that he plays that part, because he was like, I'm okay with talking about like guy stuff, like it doesn't like bother me, but the conversation was like so out of left field because I think he's like slightly Asperger's, where he can't really like stay on certain topics. So he pulls out his phone to explain to me what Tinder is. Now, I'm not like Joe Warga. I don't know how to use Tinder. I've never used it. So he's explaining to me how he continuously swipes right, and that'll drop all the people he's interested in into a queue. So then he shows me this message that has been continued via Facebook where he's talking with this chick and he's like, what do you think? And I was like, oh, she's cute. And then he explains to me that she says to him, he shows it to me. It says, well, just so you know, I'm 17. And his immediate response was, well, I wish you all the best in life, but, I can't have communications with you if you're 17. So that's a real good look for Chille. Then immediately afterwards, he's like, no, I'm just kidding. We can still talk. And he continues that I didn't see all the messages, but there's this barrage of messages that continue after she says that she's 17. And from what I saw, there were no like nude photos. They were just like extremely revealing.
That's
supposedly he's live streaming us.
Oh, good. Well, this is a fun little Inception circle. Hey, Chille, what's up, buddy? Caddy's Cottage asked me, you didn't adopt out your first kid. No, Caddy's Cottage. My first child is about to be 16 in August. She is currently in her bedroom. If you actually go back to the beginning of the stream, she makes a brief appearance because she happened to be outside when I said that Chille and I were best friends, which we are now, and she seemed kind of confused by that. So, no, I did not adopt out my first child. This is the problem with all this rumor bullshit, right? It's like a game of telephone. If you want to ask me about my kids, like, I'll fucking tell you. I've told the story a million times. I just think it's really weird that all these anti-government folk, right? All these people that do not trust the government, do not believe the government. As soon as it comes down to my children, that's the first thing that they fucking trust and believe, right? That's weird.
Wait, so you guys are friends? I missed that whole thing. I thought you guys were like enemies and you weren't getting along. Has something changed?
I've decided that I really appreciate Chille's comedy and his performance art. I can see that he's trolling the whole internet, pretending to be a constitutional law scholar and, pretending to be someone that's going to be taken seriously when obviously he doesn't want to be taken seriously at all. And I can respect that. I think that he's really funny and yeah, we're good friends now.
Hey, Josh.
Great to hear. Yes.
Did you share your epiphany with Kate? I just got here.
Which epiphany?
The Chille workouts.
I'm lost. What do you mean the Chille workouts?
Who did Chille work out with?
Where? He worked out with Chuck Liddell, didn't he?
When he was in jail.
He worked out. He worked out. Now I'm just quoting, and he worked out with the Enners. And he understands what it is to be black, which is because he worked out with the Enners. But which is actually kind of funny, Kate, because that video is great because he's going on telling everyone that he has no criminal record and he's never had a criminal record. And someone messages me halfway through and they're like, wait, how is Chille explaining that he has no criminal record, but he's telling a story about how he worked out with people in jail?
Intimate details about how the workouts go in the yard in jail.
It's just another element of him being a pathological liar, compulsive liar, where he tells a story about himself and then has to double back because it contradicts a story he had already told or an argument he had already made. It's what he does. Like Cade said, it's all part of the act. It's all part of the performance.
Yeah, it's very hard to
Josh,
keep up with all those lies.
Did you do a live stream about him? Because he's starting in on you and he hasn't even done part 2 on James yet.
No, I was so what I was doing is I went on at 4:30 on my main channel, and then I was gonna send people over here, but he kept changing his time. So while he was doing that, I was just on my backup fucking around, and then I got boring and I sent everyone over here. So we were just doing the same thing you were doing. Is it's always fun to watch someone else watch Chille. So we were just watching Chille.
Well, I currently on my other screen, I am watching Chille, watching us watch Chille. So shout out to Jose. If your audience wants to come on over, feel free.
We've been YouTube.
Wait. Hold on. Can we watch Chille watching us?
Yes, we can. Oh, absolutely. Oh, absolutely.
Every
A
single
vortex is going to open.
You guys, I am the professional watcher, and I'm the only one that should be watching someone watch someone else while they're in turn watching me.
Oh, he's upset.
I think we're.
Hey, Chille, what's up, buddy?
I think we're borderline on Inception here shortly.
Chille, you need to get a neutral toned foundation. It's too orange yellow and it doesn't fit your skin, sweetheart.
What the hell? Where's all the bungees? Where'd the bungees go?
Mr. Fortwitch
found the bungees.
I'm really sorry that you got blocked, dude. I was.
He heard you.
I'm really sorry you got blocked, dude.
Man, I'm gonna need more bungees, Chille.
Am I going to be blocked?
The yellow one. It's going to fall in the crack between the boards.
So that douchebag AFA would understand that not only did he know that he consented to the calls, that I repeated 2 times that I record all my calls.
It's so easy to troll this guy.
Dude.
It really is.
Trolls are never going to stop you guys.
You hurt his feelings. Like the bromance being over is really affecting
what I just put on my backup channel.
Well, I knew, so I sent him a message and I read it aloud as I did it. I was like, if you recorded my
Exception.
who you?
Just go ahead. I understand that.
I am very impressed. He's all shaved up. The back of his hands are all shaved down. His arms are looking very clean.
Do you guys know that we get emails
I brought
every
this up
day
to
to
Shizzle
ask
before.
people to
Does
help
it
us?
look like
When
he
was the
dyed
last person
the hair on the
put in
top of
Tane?
his head?
When was the
Because it
last
sure
person who James
looks
helped
a lot
out?
darker.
I mean, I'm just asking.
Yeah.
You can hate me all you
From
want.
what I understand, he stopped and then he started again and he did that the one where he washed in just a little bit of color at a time.
We're never going to stop.
Hold on, I can answer that question. The last person
I don't want to sit here and have an
that
angry
James Freeman helped was me.
Let's
He
see,
helped
Jeremy.
me.
Let's see. Oh, I did? I don't think so, guys.
Oh, I think you shut us off.
You guys can
Because
watch.
people are calling him because they're getting blocked in this chat.
I clearly just educated the man the entire time. I just came back.
Clearly.
Yeah, I appreciate Dragnet.
I wonder if Chille's going to block me when I go back to his channel to troll him more.
Well, it's going to be an expensive court date because now the judge is going to have to legally rule that he's been trolled by everybody, not just Kate.
It's going to be the whole world.
On there with private people who
There, see, we're making a change. We're going to push for legislation to allow trolling.
Asked to be a part of this drama.
So, has anyone else kind of confirmed whether or not he's going to Vegas to do some auditing, so-called auditing with the Vegas Valley dude?
About raising
Oh God, I hope so.
You called me, dude.
That would be great.
San
Hey,
Joaquin Valley
Chille, can you swing through Checkers and get me some fries? I'd really appreciate that.
San Joaquin.
Oh my God, Checkers is great. I only ever had
fries
that
are the
one.
best.
I love Checkers fries.
Oh, I forgot. Pay attention. That's
Renee, the only problem is he
I'm a
sucked
nerd,
all
you're
of the
a cop.
concealer off of his upper lip.
Is that? I mean, I heard the latest one that I'm an informant. When really, I've heard other things about other people, but
Well, hold on a second, Kate. That's the best part. He says, I've heard I'm an informant. No, Chille, you didn't hear it. You are a fucking informant because you went to the police and the court system and you gave them information. That's the definition of an informant.
You know what? He's just again. Chille, honey, I want to give you my notes because you're literally regurgitating shit that has been on the Maslow report for years. We started the name Snitch Tits because of the seg.
You did. You guys were from my very first video. You personally were on top of me immediately.
Laws, if you need a public information request, or
hold on. Chille, you are completely entitled to make a living, and whenever you want to get a job and start doing that, we're more than happy to support you
for $25. But as you guys know,
hold on. Okay, so he's hawking this again, guys. You want to do this real quick? I'm going to switch over to my computer. I'm on my phone right now. I think my goal is pretty much. Let me just check.
Just let me know what you want me to do, Kate.
All right, pause this.
Pause, man. You were so cool on the.
All right, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going inside. I'm pretty sure that my grill is not going to burn my house down at this point, so that's pretty good. All right.
It's always a
please don't burn yourself alive, Kate. We'd all hate to see you go up in flames. I know I would.
Yeah, I know you deserve that.
I found a better frame to freeze on. Go ahead.
Josh left out the part without the camera.
That's the face he makes when they look up his butthole.
She's really fucking stupid.
All right, so I'm gonna get out of this on my phone. I'm gonna go on my computer. So 2 seconds. All right.
1, 2.
This is the face he makes when he's got a camera up his butthole. That's crazy. Because I'm looking like the pursing lips. Look at the pursing lips. Like, you're absolutely right. He's got a telescope up to his colon right now.
Chille is anti-police and pro-colonoscopy.
Hey, listen, I am going
to for everyone.
I don't know if I should even wait till actually, I should probably ask. I'm gonna put it in the private chat because I don't want to say anything. Hold on.
So there was a good question brought up a couple times though. Why do Chille's arguments, when he gets into these discussions, keep going back to sexual assault and slavery? Why?
It is rape and slavery every time.
Well, I think if you ask me, the big thing that he seemed to focus on was, and he said it in many of those early videos, I started this whole mission to save the blacks. And it was like, when did you appoint yourself as the savior of the blacks? And then that's when he got rung up by a bunch of them saying, well, geez, tell us all about your, troubles and your toils,
I know. Black. I posted a video where he flat out said, he's like, all my friends said you can't help the black community. And the guy he was on live stream with was like, who asked you to help?
Yep. And he just said it again the other night that, quote, I started this whole thing to teach young black men that Terry v. Ohio is destroying their communities. Like, who the hell are you to try and
It's gross. He has a wicked savior complex.
He's a young black man. Didn't you know that? That's exactly who he is to save the black community.
He must identify as one, yeah.
Hey, Josh, you know what? It sounds like you've never had anyone look up your butthole. That's what it sounds like to me.
I have. Every time I commit a crime, it's usually directly followed up with an examination of my fucking anus.
And he pays good money for that.
So I wanted to do this. It's been bothering me since he did this. So he is selling, these Freedom of Information Act and public records request forms, as he calls them, on his website for $25 or above. He calls it a donation, but it's a sale, right? There's no option to do it for free on the website. Now he's saying you can email him, but I've already said way before that, yet again, he's just copying someone. You can email me and I'll do it for free. I've never, ever, ever said that I was going to charge anyone for this. So he's now countering this and saying, well, if you can do it cheaper somewhere else, if you can find somebody else to do it for less than 25, do that. So I'm going to show you guys right here. This is the National Freedom of Information Coalition. They've been open for 30 years. It's a nonprofit that is protecting your right to open government, as it says right here, obviously. Website is completely free here. We can go down here for your state, find your state. They have resources at every single state. They have state sample FOIA letters for every single state. This is completely free. You don't have to spend a dime. You go down here. Well, let's do Kentucky, right? So we have Kentucky here, and it's a template letter. So all you have to do is enter your address, The name of the custodian of records for the agency in Kentucky is the example we're using right here. The title, company address, city, state. And right here, this is a form letter. So someone has done all this work for you. All you need to do is enter some very basic information about what you're looking for. And you go ahead and you send this to the custodian of records for the agency that you are requesting. And your records request is done completely free of charge. Now, you may be charged by the agency depending on what you're asking for. It can vary. The cost is usually pretty nominal. The only time that I've run into really expensive requests actually center around Chille, of all people, because the records were old, and what you're paying for is the labor and time that the custodian is spending looking for your records, and then maybe some nominal copying or shipping fees, whatever it is. But when he says, if you can find somewhere to do this for free, or for cheaper than $25, go do it. I'm telling you right now, go to the National Freedom of Information Coalition. That's NFOIC.org. And you have all the resources right here completely free of charge. So I'm not just saying this because I don't like Chille, because I actually love him. I think he's great entertainment, or because I want to ruin him. This is just, fact. This is just abject fact. Like, this is free, right? So this is where you want to go, not to Chille. And I trust this legitimate nonprofit organization that has been around for 30 years more than Chille. 110% any day of the week.
And you can also go to FOIA.gov. If you go to FOIA.gov, there's a whole section of informational videos that says like who can apply for FOIA. And at that part, they give you a direct link to get the FOIA request. As long as it's online, it's for free. And then they give like financial exemptions and stuff like that. So there's multiple places you can go to get FOIA requests for free. And of all the FOIA requests that I've done, I think I paid for it once, and it was like 112 pages, and it only cost me like $36.
Did anyone pay for one of Chille's to compare? I mean, I would just laugh and die if it was the identical, form that these are.
I don't know, honestly. I would assume that it's probably derivative.
From what I understand is the reason he's asking for 72 hours is because when you send him a FOIA request, and he's not filling it out for you. So that's not like the service he's providing. He's literally just getting the request for that state, and then he's emailing you a copy of it. So I think he's literally downloading it.
I thought he said it completed.
Yeah, he's saying completed. He's saying he'll do it for you. But I wouldn't trust him. I mean, this is the same guy that is reported that I have sex trafficked children. He has reported that I've siphoned gas and been arrested for it. He is reporting that Josh Abrams was charged with rape and pled down. None of these things are true. That is like the easiest thing to research, pulling these things. I do it so many times a day that I couldn't even tell you at this point. Like, these are the most basic of records requests that one would do, and he can't even figure that out. I personally would not trust this man to do any sort of request for you. I mean, as far as a certificate of authenticity, what is he appraising fucking furniture now? Like, what is that even for?
Yeah, that's a good point. I'm assuming that he's proposing it as some type of form for clerks or custodian of records to be required to sign to say that it wasn't modified or something like that. That would be my presumption, something to that effect.
Yeah, well, and that's what I read from it too. When I read through all those, I checked all of them out, and it says, certificate of authenticity and certificate of delivery. So basically what he's saying is he's going to fill it out, or he's going to have someone in that state, fill it out in your name, get it stamped in that county or state house or whatever, and then send it to you complete. That's what I understood. And I think, like Lackluster just said, he's trying to copy or rip off, LegalZoom.
That may even be where he's getting them.
That could be.
Hardest FOIA requests indestructible.
Oh, now Chille's taking shots at me. That hurts my feelings, Chille. We're supposed to be friends.
Can we watch it? Let's watch it.
Let's watch it.
Psychopath killer, right? You may get stalkers like Kate and like AFA, people like that. But the truth is,
you're a stalker, Josh.
You've
been upgraded to stalker, dude.
It remains to be seen. When I release the video of him tomorrow, we'll find out. But it's like Oh,
Rip
delete
Josh.
Chili's. I mean, dude, come on. I just see you getting timed out. Delete Chili's. I just see you getting timed out, dude. I want you to be able to stay in the room. I don't even see your comment, brother. So, or sister, whatever your name is. So, these people have made their careers. That's what they do. When you really, and I've had to examine all the videos and break down all the videos and go through people who come in here. I read your comments. People who come in here and say nice things to me. I read your hateful comments on the other people's pages about me. So it's a little hard to, you just like, okay, cool. But I've reached a happy medium. I mean, I've reached this place, of understanding. It doesn't affect me like that,
Bullshit.
That's what we should be focused on.
We don't stop.
I thought tomorrow was part 2 for James. I didn't know Josh was up tomorrow.
Mr. 4 Twitch, you got blocked earlier, dude. I mean,
apparently tomorrow is Josh Sunday
gosh,
is
dang it, right under my thumb. Barry Zuckerthorn got
I don't know. He
timed
keeps
out.
changing it.
I mean, Mr. 4 Twitch, do you want to stay and just like stay in the conversation, or do you just want to throw crazy insults at me and then just get timed out or blocked eventually? Like,
I want to throw insults.
Don't you want to dissect these things? Tommy 222. Oh, Mikey made a mistake. Tommy, he didn't mean to block you, man. He didn't mean to put you in time.
How much time he spends trying to maintain his chat? It's amazing how much focus he has on that damn chat.
Out of timeout, or is that am I dyslexic and is the other Tommy?
All the settings, and he's still getting bombarded so hard that his mods are blocking his own followers by accident.
So,
that's the interesting part too, because you got to be subscribed to whatever 3 to 8 days to be even in his fucking chat.
No, today it was put up to 14 days.
Sorry, Tommy.
But he also said that he unblocked a ton of people just to see what happened. I
so,
guess.
Mr. 4 Twitch, here, Mr. 4
I think
Twitch
he
has said
underestimates
something. What's
the dedication of trolls.
You did on me, Mr. 4 Twitch? Because I'm going to do this all on Sunday. Let's just have a practice run.
He made a big comment and made a big show of it, saying I'm going to unblock all of them. And I'm going to let them say whatever they want, hateful or not, and we'll just see all the hateful comments come in. And then here he is spending all his time worrying about who's saying what. He said, she said, and he loses his train of thought. He's on 5 different paths.
What is it?
No, Pat, that would not be funny if people were calling his phone. That is not funny. No.
Do not do that.
Yeah, do not. I've said this before. Do not call. I'll probably be dropping down a second because I have to call someone. Not Chille though.
Right.
Like, if you're just gonna come here and say mean things, the moderators are my friends. They're probably just gonna, time you out. But do you have anything to offer?
The moderators are his only friends.
Is there any? I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we can't even have a conversation about anything if you guys just come here and just flood. Okay, text James Freeman.
If you ask to be unblocked, then he asks for your cell phone number
over and over. Okay, so Mr. 4 Twitch,
he sits there and monologues to these people that can barely type, on slow mo. They can't repeat or respond to him quick enough. Ridiculous.
Don't time him out yet. So, Mr. 4 Twitch, I want you to watch this. Okay, I want you to watch this. Okay. So James has been texting me. Here it is. There's the text that James sent to me. Do you see that? He sent me a text the other day saying, "Hey man, I haven't really watched your videos before, but I just spent 10 hours binging on your content and I'm genuinely hooked." Now, Mr. 4 Twitch, I want you to notice
James.
I don't reply.
It was actually longer than that because he started one and then that one crashed and then he went on again.
You see that, Mr. 4 Twitch? There's no reply. I mean, I have him on my phone as a total fraud because he is, but there's no reply by me, Mr. Twitch. And then he texts me again and he says, "Chille, I've made my mistakes. I need you in my life. Please take me back." He's trying to troll me. He thinks it's under my skin. I just think the guy's a clown, to be honest.
No, he's
just
not trying. He is.
This is a weird dude. So then he texts me again at 10:01.
He left out the whole original part of the message where he's responding back to James. Look, he deleted the rest of it.
Reply.
Yeah.
Then today he went on my YouTube.
And if he's not trolling you, why are you spending so much time on this?
This is a guy I want nothing to do with, but I got a new perspective on trolls, and James Freeman is just one of them.
He does realize right now James
mission.
has the biggest smile on his face.
So then
from this,
I replied back to him.
Yeah.
This is your official cease and desist. Let me make sure you can read that. You see that, Mr. 4 Twitch?
He doesn't understand how cease and desist
I said,
works.
"This is your official notice. I want no further
James
contact."
might be pleasuring himself to this right now, I believe.
because
Probably.
he contacted me on my YouTube today after he texted me twice in a row and I didn't reply.
Well, hey, he's making improvements. At least there's less violence
So
in that
then
one than the one he sent Kate.
after he goes on my YouTube again, I said, James, if I have to file a restraining order, you know, I want you to leave me alone. You're coming and commenting on my YouTube page. Here, I'll just show it to you. James, please leave me alone if I have to file.
Yeah, this seems like a coded friends violation.
You know, I mean, it's pretty plain, right? And then I say, my next step will be legal action against you, James. Please leave me alone. Like, this is what I say, right? But then the epiphany hit right after this text message, by the way. James, you know, you're a totally weird guy with no motivation in life other than making money from grifting other people's videos. But it was after this text message that you sent to me that I was like, you know what? So then I said, so remember, I'm telling him to leave me alone. I said, you are a total waste of time. You're a total waste of time. Stop texting me. Right? So, Mr. Twitch, are you seeing that I'm just telling the guy to leave me alone? And then he replies to me, this is a weird guy, man. This is a strange person. He replies to me, Chille, stop contacting me. And he puts a screenshot.
Oh, look at that. He's showing that Chille did reply and deleted it. What an idiot.
I'll sue you. Stop.
Exactly, right? I think he just noticed that.
Then he says, Chille, stop contacting me. Mr. Fast Twitch.
See, now you got to have James come up and show the actual text messages. Because the messages that Chille was sending him were hysterical.
He's contacting me on YouTube. But the thing is just so you know, right? What we realize now is that James Freeman is just a troll. He sits on a live stream.
You think? Oh my God! I didn't even know.
I dedicated the rest of this
stealing James's idea
about me
and throwing the script back at him.
Trolls, right?
Here now, Chille DeCastro with breaking news.
I say to him, look what I say to him. You're a weird guy. You're a weird guy. You're a strange person. That's what I say to him because he won't stop contacting me. It's just like you're a weird. Don't you have?
Takes one to know one, I guess.
So I say you're a weird. And by the way, on Sunday, James, I'm not going to give you another. I'm not.
He just talks in circles. It's like watching a dog chase its
tail. I'll never say your
tail.
name again.
Oh, and repeating himself over and over. I mean, he's definitely on the spectrum.
Maybe just deal with your trolling, but I'm not gonna talk about you, dude. This is how you do. You take other auditors' videos because you don't audit. You're a reporter, dude. And then he says, and then he writes me again. Do not contact me again. He's like trying to flip it around like he's the victim.
Now I really want to see the actual text messages.
After I said to him, "You're a strange guy, dude. You're a strange."
I'll be right back. I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get the message.
You just show his phone number again.
Oh dear God, please, Josh, do it.
Troll Hunter, I saw you get timed out. I think it was an accident.
Is he showing his number again on the screen?
He didn't win, dude. He got shellacked.
Oh.
Why, dude? He got shellacked.
Did he just dox his number again?
I think he did.
No one call him. Do not do that. Seriously, do not call him.
You will be federally sued. Don't do it.
Restraining order slapped on you, sort of.
Mr. Ford, you're lying, dude. He's still contacting me. He contacted me on YouTube. He contacted me here. It's just ridiculous, dude. And as you can see, it's almost impossible to get a restraining order. It's almost impossible to get a harassment order.
It's not if it's legitimate.
Right.
Get out of here. Oh, don't come over here and be mean to me and then say that the mods are bullies. I'm letting you guys sit here and talk.
Oh, the mods are bullies.
You know. Yeah, you're seeing the actual text now. I didn't edit anything. Who knows what James actually did?
That's a lie. That's a lie right there.
Right.
You just saw that.
Dude, he sent you back your own text in the thread that you didn't have on yours. So don't say you didn't edit anything. You deleted and omitted things.
This is called trolling, though. Do you see?
That's going to go back to the Cleveland versus Smith.
I get it. This is called trolling. James does outlandishly stupid, ridiculous things because he's not busy. He's not working on someone's case. He's not filing any federal civil rights lawsuits. He has nothing to do.
Especially if you're a government operative.
How he makes
it's
money.
Not a good look. Don't do it.
By inciting people to pay attention to him.
Inciting?
I'm not a Freemason. I was raised in Alaska poor. So we lived in a trailer as a kid. We were on food stamps. I had diabetes. I was an altar boy growing up. I'm gonna go over my. I had to lay out this full freaking history of myself.
Explains the
so that
butthole
people
stuff.
can understand that you can just really rationalize that the things being said about me are just so preposterous. And when I laid it all out on a board, I really realized, yes, Wilma, I was a Power Ranger and I got fired.
His
Yes,
van may need a
I was
warranty.
a Power Ranger and I got fired from the
Technically,
job.
he wasn't ever
Yes,
a Power
I was the
Ranger
Black
because
Power
he never made it to screen.
Yeah, it was just a test shoot, right?
I dropped it in
Correct.
the private chat. James actually goes over the entire text message thread, which took about 5 minutes.
That's right.
So I dropped it in the private chat, and he starts reading the messages at 29:46.
Yeah.
All right, can we look at the actual text?
Yep. I'm gonna unblock some of these trolls. I've unblocked some of them already. I'm gonna unblock them if you guys can just like see.
All right, if everybody hangs on here for a second. 29:47.
Yeah, just like right before, and then he'll go right into the messages.
Real fucking bummer. All right. I said, my followers, question mark. Said, yeah, man, you created a division, and now people come to my page and say horrible things to me. I really appreciate that you did that. I think you should do everything you can to undo it. I said, people always came to your... Hold on.
So he comes back pretty quickly, but listen to it. Takes him 5 minutes to go through all the messages, whereas Chille showed just 2 messages from James and none from himself. So it's pretty hysterical.
He's trying to act like it was a new thing that he gets more hate than love.
So, Josh,
Because
you're saying
I
Chille
later
was
said
being
something on his comedy
deceptive?
channel.
Really?
So I
That would
said,
never happen.
Always came to your page to say horrible things about you. I've never even mentioned you on my main channel, and I'm not going to start now.
Ed makes a really good point. The reason he's unblocking people is so he can get more subs and trolls, or subs and views.
Hold on.
James, maybe Chille has Furry's bathroom video.
Part of James's content is he has really horrible internet.
Yeah, 400,000 subscribers, 1 gig of internet.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's like hot wired from his neighbor's internet.
No, he's using his using the same cell phone Kate uses as a hotspot.
People always came to your page to say horrible things about you. I've never even mentioned you on my main channel, and I'm not going to start now. He said, that's my thoughts. It's horrible what you did, but I have a conscience and I feel bad about things that I do. Okay, nice talk. Thanks, man. This is Chille. He says, okay, nice talk. Thanks, man. He says, and no, you're incorrect in your data. And then he says, but what do you expect from someone who just wants to document the downfall, not do anything about it? And I said, we can talk on my fake news network channel when I get my voice back, because I love having Chille on the show. He's comedy, and this is a comedy show. So,
lol cow.
Yeah, I said we can talk on my fake news network channel when I get my voice back. He said, I believe I've lost every single bit of respect for you. I think you're what you are. You have created a division of people who are hostile towards me. God have mercy on your soul.
Repent.
Hopefully he does.
Shame.
Yeah.
No.
Shame.
We had, and then he continues on, as usual. No, we had our talks. Our talks have come to an end. You have created something for me that you won't undo. I find your behavior and what you have done reprehensible. I repeat again, we can talk about it on my Fake News Network channel when I'm better. He said, I hope you get well soon. Speedy recovery, best wishes. I said, we can talk about it on my Fake News Network channel when I get my voice back. He said, he said, copy and paste, ? I said, we can talk about it on my Fake News Network channel when I get my voice back. He said, you're hilarious. You should do stand-up comedy, man. I know some people. I said, we can talk about it on my Fake News Network channel when I get my voice back. He said, I tap out. You win. I said, we can talk about it on my Fake News Network channel when I get my voice back. A few days later, I texted him, said, my voice is back if you want to talk. He didn't respond. Then on Tuesday, June 14th, which was just 2 days ago, I texted him. I said, hey, man, I haven't really watched your videos before, but I just spent about 10 hours binging on your content, and I'm genuinely hooked. He didn't respond. So the next day, I texted him, Wednesday, June 15th, which is yesterday. Yesterday, I texted him and said,
Never
Chille,
mentioned that chick's
I've
name
made
either.
mistakes.
I think he's
I
hilarious.
need you in my
Smiley
life.
face.
Please take me back. He texted me and said, this is your official notice that I want no further contact with you. Please stop contacting me in all forms. So then he's got this stream going, and this is disappointing because I just learned that I love this man. I just learned that I have a deep infatuation with his character and his comedy. And I just learned, how funny he is. And now he doesn't want anything to do with me. That the roles have completely 180 turned. For 4 months, he desperately tried to get my attention. Desperately tried everything to get my attention, and I ignored him. And as soon as he got it, bam, he fucking turned around and broke my heart, and he ignores me. The Smoking Auditor, $2. In chat, 1, no mods, 2, Ryan mod 4, 3, Anarchy, everyone mods.
No, yeah, I remember that.
Hold on, Josh. I'll call you back as soon as I finish the text message thread. So he said, this is your official notice that I want no further contact with you. Please stop contacting me in all forms. So then he's got this
in
live
chat
stream
1,
going.
no mods, 2, Ryan,
And it's
4 mods,
about
3,
me,
Anarchy,
and every single
mods.
time, including right now, Chille's been told there's an open invitation to always come up on my panel. That unfortunately had to end as of today because he's trying to play his games where he tries to silence me now under threat of violence of the state. So I responded to, so I went and I made a comment on his live stream, and I said, hey man, I even subscribed to your channel, but as you can see on this screen here, it's subscribers mode only, and you have to be subscribed for a certain amount of time, 3 days or more, before you can send messages. I only subscribed 15 hours ago. And so I went to the comment section and I said,
we can only hope, Nefa. We can only hope.
I've got the screen grab of it, but I said something along the lines of, hey man, I subscribed, but I can't chat. Can you fix that for me? So he texted me, he deleted my comment, and then he texted me and said, James, if I have to file a restraining order in California, I will. I've asked you to leave me alone.
Damn it,
I
Sean.
don't want to have contact with you. You are coming and commenting on my YouTube page.
Always Sean.
Apparently, it's perfectly fine to make videos about people. That doesn't mean that you get to harass me on my personal phone. Wait a minute. I commented on his live stream that's about me. I commented and I just said, hey man, I'm glad you're doing this. Thank you so much. It's going to be a lot of fun, but can you make it so that I can comment? So it'll be fun for, everyone. And, so yeah. And he says, that doesn't mean that you get to harass me on my personal phone. That wasn't your personal phone. But anyway, my next step will be legal action, James. Boom! You nailed. Yep. I will sue you. My next.
Everyone's getting a lawsuit.
And you have put yourself in a horrible position legally. As far as a defendant, as far as a defamation lawsuit, I think he means that I repeatedly say that he battered Kate because he fucking battered Kate. He fucking battered a woman. And I hope you fucking sue me for defamation.
As a matter of definition of law, he did commit battery on her.
Because I fucking watched you on
Objection, Your Honor. I'm not a woman.
video. Boy.
Sustained.
That would be so much. I mean, we saw him in court against Kate. I would also love to go to court with him if that's what he wants to do. You have put yourself in a horrible position legally as far as the defamation lawsuit. You might want to check and see if what I'm saying is true. Who might I check with? Do I check with Chille himself, or should I ask his brother Lyle? Well, since I'm not allowed to have contact with him,
Lyle
have contact with me, and then repeatedly texted me, by the way, after he said he didn't want to have contact with me. But I will, whatever it is that I'm supposed, you might want to check and see if what I'm saying is true. So since I can't reach out to him, I will reach out to Lyle DeCastro, his brother, and I'll ask Lyle if what he's saying is true. He said, "You are the most solid lawsuit for me, to be honest. You are the most solid lawsuit for me, to be honest.
You've been replaced,
You're a
Kate.
waste of time for me.
Kate ruined me
I'm
already.
interested in taking your money." What the fuck? Whoever said anything about taking my money? Whoever said anything about taking my money? I didn't even actually read that part because I was skimming through, because I skimmed through just about everything this guy does and says, because there's some, but I should stop because every detail is fucking hilarious. You are a waste of time. I'm not interested in taking your money. Well, I guess that's good to know that you're not interested in taking my money. I don't know whoever said you were. Now, please leave me the fuck alone. I don't want to hear from you. I want nothing to do with you. So immediately after texting me and telling me he doesn't want further contact, he texts me reaching out for further contact. So I texted him back, "Stop contacting me, Chille. This is your final warning."
You telling me you don't see the resemblance, Patty?
And so a few minutes ago, he texted me and said, "You're a weird guy, man. You're a strange person. Let's move on, dude. I think you're a fucking moron, and I want nothing to do with you, dude." So I said again, "Do not contact me again, Chille. I don't want to have to contact. I do not want to have contact with you directly or through any other parties. Stop texting me. Don't make me move forward with legal action." He responded. He's not supposed to respond. I told him not to fucking contact me, but he fucking responded because he can't shut up. He responded, "You're a fucking FB weirdo." And I'm not sure what FB is, if it's Facebook or what. "You're a fucking capital F, lowercase b weirdo."
What was that?
Isn't that interesting though? How Chille showed 3 messages in that thread, and now for James to go over the actual text messages, it's taken what, 10 fucking minutes? So he literally Chille texted James more than James texted Chille, and he got rid of everything.
I just think it's funny Chille listened to James's advice and made a new channel strictly for comedy.
Yeah, no, it was a good move. It's a good business.
Supposedly, he's close to rage quitting right now.
Yes, he
we better go back. We
is.
better go back.
I am already
Is he really
prepared.
crying? People are saying he's crying.
No, he's mimicking, as James has explained, he's mimicking human emotion. That's what the character Chille DeCastro does. He mimics emotion.
Yeah.
Oh, he's basically like an AI.
Yeah, but he's not intelligent. He's an artificial idiot.
You might want to like rewind it back a little bit. It sounds like we've missed some stuff.
Even though you may get sued federally if I have time, it doesn't matter. You did teach me some things I couldn't have learned without you. And now that I've done a full say, are you a weirdo? The guy's a weirdo. I've asked the guy to stop texting me. I want nothing to do with you, James. Stop texting me. You're a weird guy, dude. I'm taking this
Chille
time.
also
You know, I
needs
say
to
we don't
stop
stop.
saying he has no victims.
Unfortunately,
Kate
I've had to
has
stop
made
and
clear
focus on
that's
all this drama, and
definitely
I'm
not
doing
the
it till
case.
Sunday, and then I'm moving forward. But News Now Ohio, am I incorrect though? Didn't James say on his live stream, "Oh, News Now Ohio can't answer any questions for 5 minutes now"? Oh, that's a bummer. That's okay. But just so you guys know, let me tell you what happened. So James did a
He
live
gets
stream
satisfaction
on
from
the
controlling
19th
his chat.
and on the 29th or the 30th, and he said what a horrible person I am, that I'm a horrid person, that I'm the worst, that I'm the biggest,
Can we have
that
someone
I battered
downplay
a
that he
woman
said
like
he's gonna
1,000
delete him?
times, that I hit her, said all these
Yeah,
things.
you can
She
go
said
ahead
the
and try
opposite on her
that,
stream.
Michelle, but we
anyway,
already got it.
So he literally defames me. And you know, I talk about suing people for defamation. James Freeman is a sitting duck for defamation. Sitting duck. He's the number. He would be the easiest target for me to sue and win. So anyway, what I'm saying is
no, you wouldn't.
So News Now Houston. If this guy started texting me, right? So you know, if this guy started texting you like he's texting me, Ed, I got your order. I'm sorry that didn't ship. I'll make sure you get one out right away, dude. So anyway,
He's sure having some fulfillment problems.
I saw your comments on his live stream, brother. I remember what you wrote.
Because he's taking money and not giving anyone anything.
But yesterday he said his shop was dead. He wasn't getting any orders.
This guy's videos for years, like I did. I idolized the guy. I mean, I say it on the personal conversation we have. I idolized James Freeman. I thought he was the coolest thing ever. I thought he was really brave, and I thought maybe he had some education. He doesn't, but I really idolized the guy. And now,
well, neither was Chille, to be clear.
What he wanted to do was take over my stream and get
ASU
people to go and
dropout
see
right
him
here is what we're
because he
watching.
doesn't offer anything.
Finished second to last in his high school class by his own admission.
But News Now Ohio, if you text me and I said, please stop texting me, would you stop? I mean, is that a fair question? You know, would you stop texting me? If I said, please stop texting me, would you stop? Because if you don't have anything, like I got to go right now. I'm late. Shit, I got to go. I got to go.
Someone asked if we can go live because he's really losing it.
That's not true, Alicia. I mean, what James doesn't understand, I mean, James Freeman, the guy who's supposed to be
We'll start at a minute and 30 seconds back so we don't miss anything good.
Where I have to now turn and face him and show what a hateful piece of shit the guy is. It's really sad. And James, you don't help people. You have that huge platform. Imagine how much money you could raise for Christy Roan with her 5 kids. Could you imagine? Can you imagine if James Freeman actually focused on helping Christy Roan with her 5 children and the 6th in her stomach right now? James, why don't you do that? Why don't you call Christy and do a fundraiser?
Doesn't James's wife have 5 kids and maybe one in the oven?
Yeah, but the fundraiser money for Christy Roan goes to Chille. So why would we do that?
You're mocking.
No, he's doing good things. He's making changes.
You don't offer anything. You're a reporter, dude. So, James, you get all this attention. You get all this attention from me. You get all this attention from me for a couple days. Well, tomorrow, James, is your last bit, and I just show how hateful and spiteful you are, and then I show the real reason why you hate me, because you're wrong about everything. You're wrong about everything. It's not qualified immunity, James. It's Terry versus Ohio. This
the baby in her stomach. She ate the baby.
Take down a button, send you packet. So anyway, it is what it is. I'm going to take this video down and the other video down, and we're going to put them all over there on the other channel. Make sure you subscribe to the other channel. By the way, no trolls are blocked on the other channel, so you guys can go over there, leave all the hateful, spiteful comments you want. Okay?
That'll last 30 seconds.
Yeah, and that's bullshit because we watched for an hour as him or his mods deleted everything.
Certificate of delivery is now on delete laws. And so order yours.
The guy behind him is like, get off the fucking live stream.
$25. Email me.
Listening to him scream in a van.
Order your burger and move on.
All right. I got to get the flock out of here. Thanks, guys. We don't stop. We don't stop.
That's the best I could do on the shirt, huh?
Yeah, AFA. Wait till you hear his own words, dude. The guy's a total fraud. And dude, the people.
Yeah, screw you, Josh.
Wait till tomorrow. I'm gonna get out of here. Love you guys.
He always does
Hey,
that. That is
down
a
to order.
psychological tactic. He
have it. I
teases
gotta
with
right
information
now, so
and
I already
acts
sent it
like
off to
it's
the factory.
important.
Looking forward to getting you your order.
Yeah.
Ed.
Yeah,
Reach
factory,
out to me.
FedEx office.
I'll make my email more available. I know he is. That's the whole point. Alpha, that's the whole point. That's the whole point. He trolls
sure hypes it.
by sending text messages saying, "Hey, stop contacting me," and then trying to play a victim on his own channel. Dude, you started being a dick, and now people are going to see that you're just a nothing burger, dude. You're a great reporter. You're making a lot of money. Check Social Blade. Freeman's making a lot of money off other people's videos because he doesn't do any activism. I just can't stand him. He's just everything. I idolize the guy, and he's just totally fake. He's fake. It's just gross. Anyway, I'm going to get the flock out of here. Thanks for coming by. Love you guys. I will see you guys on the next one, and I'll talk to you soon.
That's like the 10th time I've heard him reference money. It's always about the money.
Kate and Blue Bacon Sunday. Kate and Blue Bacon.
Oh no, Kate.
On Sunday.
No, please.
Bacon.
Help me.
Write it up,
guys.
Write up
No.
all your questions.
Kate, if you want, since I have started an AFA support group in the last 24 hours, we can add a support group for you as well.
I appreciate that because I might have to off myself.
He
because
has
I
a
can't handle
channel
it.
called Blue Bacon. These are
No, Kate, don't do that. We're fundraising a ticket to Colombia for Josh. If you want, we'll put you on that list. Maybe we can get a bus for the two of you.
No. I'm actually
Only if it's a double decker.
I'm a convicted felon. I cannot leave. I cannot go to Colombia.
I'm going to I can't tell you where I'm going. I don't want to get
Dennis Freeman in the chat.
He's doing that psychological thing again. He's saying, "Oh no, I'm going to do this. Oh wait, no, I can't tell you." It's a tactic to make people come back to find out the information that's so secret.
I know it. He's just that's you guys don't understand. That's how they make
Dennis
money.
Freeman in the chat. I am good enough.
So let's
I am
make 'em some
smart
money.
enough.
All right, anyway,
By
Love
golly,
you guys. I'll see you
people
guys on the
love
next one.
me.
Later. We don't stop, Jack.
Who's Jack?
Yeah, where'd Jack come into this?
And
he's getting sued.
Scene.
So I mean, you guys can disagree. I don't think you will, but I see him constantly getting upset about money. It always comes back to the money. Kate's taking money from me. Josh is screwing me out of money. James Freeman is taking all my views, which is taking away money. All these people are donating to him instead of me. It's always the money.
Austin, I agree. I'm very worried about his mental health.
We never did have that intervention, that YouTube intervention, but I feel like it would be a good thing to do. Because he's right. We don't really help people, and maybe we need to help. And I think the first person that we should help is our good friend Chille. He needs help, and who better to provide it than us?
What are you proposing?
A big panel doing an intervention.
An intervention panel.
Okay, not an in-person.
I think that if I try to have an in-person actually that would be fantastic. Can you imagine if you walked in the room and it was
but you won't be able to find him. He's fast as fuck.
No, just imagine this though. We're in a room and somebody makes coffee and it's me and Blue Bacon and AFA and James Freeman and Direct D and maybe San Joaquin, and he just walks in the room and flips out and calls FBI, CIA, police, state police, just anybody can. He's like, "Yo, getting arrested for this." It would be the best episode of intervention you've ever seen in your life.
What he would do, he would call the boppers, the floppers, and the moppers.
I wanted to point this out because in his chat, he became very convinced that you were News Now Ohio. He's convinced that is Kate.
I am news. I lackluster will join the intervention. Yeah, I think we can't do it in person, but you know what? Ever since COVID, who even does anything in person anymore anyway? It'll be a telehealth session.
So it's not going to be talking to an empty chair, though.
I mean, it might be.
That'd be fun.
Well, we
Sounds
could
like
do it.
Team Skeptic and Irish.
We could do it via satellite. He's concerned about being tracked. Kate, actually, if you could pull it up, I think I have a concept here for the way we could possibly have that intervention, or someone can bring up the screen here.
I have a quick point I'd like to make, going back on Chille's comment saying, James, why don't you use your platform to help Christy Roan? So let's see how much he's dedicated to helping Christy Roan. I will donate $200 to Christy Roan if he will come on do this telehealth conference, say for on Masshole Reports channel, whatever, and see how many other people will donate, and let's see how much he likes Christy Roan and how much he will support her. Because I
will match your $200. I'm not even kidding. I will make, so now we're at $400. I will give to Christy Roan if he attends this intervention.
Yeah, and why wouldn't he? Because if it's all about Christy Roan and using his platform to help, he can just come on and talk to people for a little bit. So he loves her. I'm sure he'll have no problem doing that. I have 200. Kate has 200. 400 for Christy Roan right off the bat, and we'll send it to Christy Roan, not to Chille.
No News Now Ohio, who is also me apparently. Like he has offered to match. So now we're up to $600 for Christy Roan if he will come attend this intervention.
I'll throw in $2.
Someone's asking who Christy is and why people are giving her money.
Well, it's his current pet project. He's been raising money in her name. I don't want to get into the whole backstory. Everybody's like, look up her record. I don't give a shit. What I care about and what I'm advocating for is getting Jose Maria Chille de Castro the help that he needs. That's all I care about, guys. And if it means that I have to give a little bit of money to a crackhead or two, I'm fine with that. They can get their interventions later.
Lackluster offered to match 200 too.
I'll throw this challenge out there right now, and I mean this, okay? I will give Chille $1,000. $1,000 if he marches his ass into Ironton Municipal Court and surrenders.
Oh, stop it. No,
Wait,
the money,
wait,
all he cares about is Christy Roan. All we care about is intervention. It's Christy Roan and the intervention.
Okay, all right. I will give $1,000 to Chille if he shows up to the intervention and then marches his ass into Ironton Municipal Court and surrenders.
I think he would.
No, I don't think so.
Blackluster's got 200 on it, so we're up to what is that? $800 for the intervention, possibly 1,800 if but I don't think he's going to do that. So.
You guys are talking about sending it to someone else besides Chille, though. It's not going to do anything for him.
Well, that's all he cares about. That's all he cares about is
right.
Well, Christy
Bob has another $1,000. We're up to $2,800, Chille, if you will attend this intervention.
Whoa.
You guys could take all that money, even if it was $5,000, you could put it in escrow.com and actually send him the account number and show that this is legitimate. Then it's not in your hands, it's in a third party's hands, and he won't show up.
I will legitimately donate $1,000 if he shows up to a honest to God, hyperbole aside, jokes aside, if he shows up to an honest to God mental health intervention, I will donate $1,000 to Christy.
Okay, but anyway, all I care about is doing this because we are YouTube. We need to help people. Okay, this is what we need to help people.
Right, that's what we do.
Right. And I mean, I am advocating for Jose Maria Chille de Castro to get the help that he needs.
Sadly, it seems a lot of commenters have their money tied up in pending information requests through deletelaws.com, so they're not going to be able to help at this time.
Oh, wow.
Man, that was such a great idea, though.
They're just not for the cause. They're just fakes. They're just fakes like James Freeman and myself. So
and me.
We don't stop.
Anyway, I disagree with all of you. I don't want any of you fixing him, so all of you just back off and leave him the way he is.
Well, I hope Kate doesn't mind, but I do want to throw out there that Leducator, Chad Goo from Ironton made a video today, talked about the conversation he had with Josh here, AFA, and they're working on some potentially good things for legitimate charity, people legitimately in need, St. Jude and others. And I hope you guys manage to successfully put something together and do some legitimate good.
James Freeman has $100 on the intervention. I think we're up to like $3,000, Chille. Like you would be stupid not to do this at this point. Like,
if he didn't do this, then he clearly doesn't care about Christy or anyone else he's pretending to help.
If you guys give me $1,500, half of it, then I'll let you sit around and shit on me about my kids for 45 minutes. Uninterrupted. Just kidding. It's all for Christy Roan, guys. It's all for Christy Roan. Yeah. And advocating for Chille to get the help that he needs.
Something tells me, Kate, you're a pretty good mom.
McNulty's sober companion said, yeah, I just dropped about 37,000 in FOIA requests via Jose's website. I'm broke, but I'll know everything about what everyone makes down at the water department.
We're proud of you.
Christine M. Davis wants to know, how do I contact you directly? It's really simple, guys. I'm going to put it in the chat, but it's so easy to remember that even Chille could do it. My email address here is info@massholereport.com.
Since I came into this late, did he drop any knowledge whatsoever? Anything that was, not already known?
Yeah, so it was a real bombshell of an expose on James Freeman. He posted videos and a phone call and it was like all, and so some of James' public videos, the debate that they did publicly, the phone call that they had that James put up in public, it was really, really hard-hitting shit.
So the same crap that we went over in the 10-hour stream. Oh, yeah, by the way, okay. By the way, I want everyone's help. I'm starting a new movement. It's called Free the 10, hashtag Free the 10. And we're trying to get James to release the 10-hour live stream marathon. And he's being a little bitch. So I need everyone to start trolling James and saying, release the video, release the video.
I'm still trying to get James to make everyone a mod on his second channel for true anarchy.
John makes a good point. Didn't he say in his stream when he was fundraising that there were 2 donors that were going to help support her?
For the rest of her life, yeah. He did say that.
Jake is correct.
For officer safety, wants to donate $1,000 to get Chille off YouTube. Fuck you! Don't take my toys away.
Yeah,
that's
rude. That idea.
I mean, I got a couple people in the pipeline that I'm kind of looking at right now. But Chille is a lot of fun. I really enjoy him a lot.
I think I asked that last time. I said, do you think this will knock him off and he'll go run into a new platform? And it was kind of split last time. I think we talked about it. So
there's nowhere left to go. He's already fucked up TikTok. He's fucked up Instagram. He's gonna go Rumble.
I think you said Rumble last time. Yeah.
Snapchat. Find me on Snapchat, guys.
He's gonna scurry into the corner like a cockroach, like the corner of the internet.
Nah, he's just gonna hide like a wounded animal in the inside of his van down by the river under a bridge. I mean, he really is running out of places to go. He's run out of platforms and he's running out of physical places to go.
Yeah,
James Freeman says that Chille is the #1 trolled character on YouTube today. I disagree. I can think of a couple others.
Navin said he might try MySpace next.
Oh, Jesus. Party like it's 1999.
Soon you'll be able to find delete laws on MySpace.
No, Pat. Chille needs to meet Sasha.
Yes.
Sasha loves him already. Sasha said that she's gonna put her titties on his back, so that was good.
She's been waiting to.
Was he already kicked off of Facebook then too?
No, he said he deleted Facebook and that he wouldn't be coming back, but there are still pages on Facebook that may or may not be legitimately his. So
then something happened on Facebook then.
Yeah, and Facebook got kind of the trickle over of TikTok, and I think he just abandoned it to avoid.
He seemed to
delete.
He deleted his Facebook around the same time that I started figuring out some of his background. So I think it was like a panic last ditch attempt to kind of cover up, especially with the coded friends nonsense. It didn't work. Because by the time, if I check out someone's social media, by the time that I start talking about their social media, it's already because I pretty much downloaded, screenshotted, archived everything. So like when you delete it at that point, A for effort, good job, but it's too late.
So the liability of you finding stuff on there was more important to him than trying to get a following on there and help his movement.
It's kind of what I'm assuming because it was like literally, it was literally like within days of me first talking about some of the stuff that I found on Facebook. So
Pat said he met Sasha for lunch and got her triple D's on his back. Pat, I would go see a spinal specialist because that may be the reason you can't feel your arm right now.
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
Sasha's been to my house. Like Sasha has like my kids love Sasha. My dog loves Sasha. Everybody loves Sasha.
She just seems awesome.
Fab Daddy said Chille's full of broken promises. You are wrong, sir. He's full of broken dreams.
Is Josh back yet?
I think he was reaching out to Christy directly.
Okay. I just wanted to ask
Yeah,
him
he
if
said he'd be right back.
if he's aware or has any clue, what his big bombs might be tomorrow. I'm really let down every time we keep watching these, these hyped up videos and nothing comes of it. It's like,
I know, I was expecting something scandalous, and all Chille did was make himself look like more of an ass and confirm what we've all been saying, that he's a pathological liar.
yeah, I at least wanted to see
Austin
James
Murphy's getting
backpedal a
sued.
little bit,
That's
Austin
a federal
Murphy's getting
lawsuit.
a federal lawsuit. Yep, right there. That's a federal lawsuit. See you in court.
You're discriminating, Austin. You're discriminating.
If Chille was such an activist, he'd get on every panel to try to preach his match. I can't talk.
If you say Sasha's name, she appears.
No, you're right, Auditor. He would be down to talk to everyone and anyone for sure.
Sasha, did you break Pat's back? Is that why you can't feel his arm?
Hold on one second. I'm wiping all the spit off my face from whoever keeps yelling in the microphone and spitting all in it. It's all over my face right now, but don't worry, I like it.
Sorry.
I did.
I think that was me.
I did. We had a wonderful afternoon lunch at the local Red Robin, and then afterwards, afterwards, Pat really said, "Yum," and he wore both of my big breasts across his shoulders.
On the front or the back?
Well, see, I like to get on your back and put my titties over your shoulder. So,
Is there any, Sasha, has there been any progress with Chille? I know you've been working on, I know you guys are soulmates, so I was just wondering if you've talked to Chille recently.
No, he keeps ignoring me. Even though my screen name in his chat is Miss Pretty Virgin, he keeps ignoring me. I just don't know.
Miss Pretty Virgin.
Don't take it personally. I'm sure he's very, very busy right now.
What's your contingency plan, Sasha, since his views are down? I know you had tons of plans for how you were going to spend all of this YouTube money.
I think I have a new plan now. I think we're gonna create an OnlyFans and we'll sell videos with my titties on his back.
Oh my!
$1 million idea right there.
That's a great idea.
You should make an app.
Cause see, now my future ex-husband Chille has enough haters on the tube of you that now all of y'all will pay to see my titties on his back. So win-win for us.
Well, that might be the most money that might be the most money Chille makes in quite a while.
News Now Ohio is contending that Christy hasn't got a dime from Chille. That's interesting.
Allegedly.
Do we know?
Nope, I do not know.
Well, News Now is getting sued next, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
He's literally turning into the Oprah Winfrey of lawsuits. Just like, you get a lawsuit, everybody gets a lawsuit.
I love this. We don't stop. Yield. Yield.
I just want to throw this out there. If News Now Ohio wants to come on here, I'll hop off and go in the chat. I like watching him and his content.
We have a lot of room here, actually. I pay for StreamYards. I'm a capitalist at heart.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's real bougie.
I mean, you can talk to News Now Ohio, and he can prove that he's not Kate, so that way Chille can
Yeah.
feel better.
I don't think that News Now Ohio's going to be able to do that because I'm pretty sure he's me.
I mean,
that would be weird.
I've seen his videos and I've talked to him. I know he's real, so.
No, that's
know.
Kate. That's Kate Peters right there on
How-
another account to harass Chille.
How often do you see me and News Now Ohio in the same place at the same time?
Never.
You don't. You don't.
Nope,
That's
never.
what I'm saying.
It's a Batman situation right here.
Yeah.
That's one good mask you have, Kate. I mean, and you got a fake family and everything to go along with it.
I mean, depending on who you ask, I have several fake families. I don't have kids, remember?
Well, she's got like cumulatively 38 children, so like that's a couple families worth, you know.
And I lost them all.
Yeah, but they always come home to put their laundry on your bathroom floor. So
Fuck off. That's all you ever hear about Discord. I walk around in Discord all day, and every at least once a day you'll hear me be like, "Why is there laundry on the bathroom floor?" How many times do you have to tell other human beings? I don't care how they're not even small anymore. They're 13 and almost 16. Like, you are old enough to know not to. I guarantee. Like, should we go in there right now, guys? Let's go check. All right.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna go check my bathroom right now, and I would put all of Chille's intervention money on the fact that there will be laundry on my bathroom floor. Ready? I'm checking right now. Opening. All right, nobody's in there. There's laundry right there. Yes, there is. Yes, there is.
Winner, chicken dinner.
Yeah, we got a sock. We got a pair of boy shorts.
Oh, don't touch the sock then.
We got a tank top. What's this over here? Yep, another sock. Bastards.
Don't touch the socks, Kate.
No. You know what the worst part is? There's a laundry hamper directly outside of my bathroom, like right there. Right there.
Yeah, but
rant, I'm sorry.
It's so much effort to open the lid.
When it doesn't even have a lid, Matt. It doesn't have a lid. It literally it has like it's just like an open, like there's a top, but it's like
That's
open.
such teenager shit right there.
Oh my god, it's very frustrating. That's
still
my
got about
purpose.
10
When
years to
Chille
worry
asks
about
me
that.
what my purpose is, what's your purpose? What's your mission? My mission is to teach these goddamn kids to put their goddamn laundry in the goddamn laundry hamper. That's my mission in life, right
It's a
there.
noble
that is my
mission.
purpose. It is. It
Yep,
is.
News Now Ohio's laundry is tyranny. Me and Kate have talked about this before.
It is.
I say it all the time.
Good point, Yogi. Yogi says, "Is that a jock sock?" That's a good question.
No, it was just a regular. It was a regular type.
Maybe we can get Josue to come do your laundry.
I said that when he wanted to when he was pretending that he was going to serve me with made up legal documentation that doesn't exist. I was like, he can come here, he can do my laundry. And honestly, like, if anybody wants to serve me with legal paperwork today, it's also trash day, and I have like probably half of my trash out where it needs to be for trash pickup, and I got another half to go, so you can do my laundry and my trash. Goodbye,
Hold on. I'll go start the masshole plane. I'll be there in a little bit. Now that Masshole legitimately has an aircraft.
Yeah, that's crazy, right?
It is pretty wild.
I tell people that I'm like, we got a pilot. Shut up, Kate. Like, I'm not trolling this time.
Josh is bad.
No. It's not a joke. Masshole officially has a pilot and an aircraft. I don't know how I got roped into it, but nevertheless, here I am.
Oh my God, what was that? The Faith Covenant Church or whatever? Like, imagine if we all died in a plane crash.
Now you jinxed it, and we can never go in the plane.
I'd still go in the plane. I'm cool with it.
So you're saying you can bring Kate and AFA to Ohio to meet all their fans?
I could, yeah.
Well, we might want to meet Christy Rowe.
Another $2,000 if Chille will show his grinder activity.
Well, I reached out to her directly on Signal, I had myself added back into a group that I was removed from because it's a Chille fundraiser group, and he doesn't want those screenshots getting out. So I took a whole bunch of screenshots too. But I reached out to her directly through that, and I just had someone call her, and I don't think, hey, I think I sent you in Messenger exactly what I said. I can't exit out of this screen but I said something.
I see it.
Do you want to read aloud what I said to her? I think I've crafted it well.
I think you really undersold. Jake, listen, now's not a good time. I'm reading stuff, dog. Reading stuff.
Jake is the star.
Because he's like, I want to take part in this intervention. I know we want to help people. I'm going outside if you're going to yell at me.
Jake is just very passionate about helping people on YouTube.
He just wants to get Chille the help that he needs. All right, he said, Christy Roan, we have $3,800 for you. We will send it directly to you. You can confirm you received it. Chille Delete Laws says we don't use our platforms to raise money for you, so we are. Jake, you're really... So we are. If he comes on Mass Hole for 15 minutes, the money is yours, and we'll send it beforehand. Does Chille really care? Now, 15 minutes is not enough time to get him the help that he needs, but it's a start.
Heck no. It is a start.
My bad.
15 minutes can save you 15%, though.
15 minutes, he's going to talk in circles for 14 and a half of those.
This is true. Fair point. Fair point.
And during that, he'll be fighting to catch his breath, so we won't understand a word of it.
Right. Well, so what was with the panting? That's really concerning.
Bao was saying that it was him masturbating to James's voice.
Yeah, he's masturbating.
No, if he masturbates, it's in front of a mirror, looking himself in the eye.
Well, you don't think he might have a rage fetish? Like the more the trolls get to him, the more excited he becomes.
He does have a weird fascination with violent sexual assaults and sexual acts. It's just very weird.
Can you stop judging our role play?
I'm sorry, Sasha.
Oh my.
You know the best thing? Chille's so short that all Sasha has to do is lift up her titties and they're already like on his shoulders.
Yeah. I could also lift up mine should he need it for an extra $100.
No, he likes to motorboat yours.
Well, I will let Chille lick one nip if he'll come over here just to say hello.
Is it true that Chille is so small that that Sasha can hide him in her bra like a child being carried on a backpack?
Stop! I didn't know. When I met him, I didn't know if I needed to breastfeed him or fuck him. That was the problem.
So she
that's
did
not weird. Okay, moving on from that. Moving on immediately.
Joshua, did you see that? Did you see the video that Bao made about you and him making your way downtown?
Oh, there's a song video? No, I haven't.
So good.
Were they walking past and faces past in their hometown?
Bao speeds
and he
up
needs
the video.
you and he misses you.
He speeds up the video. He puts the soundtrack over it, and it's just perfect. It's perfect. If I find it, I'll post it up, and then I'll send you a link. It's so good.
Well, I got actually a message. I can't see who it's from, but let me drop down, and I want to go see if this is from her.
Okay. If Chille could fall into the sky, do you think time would pass him by?
It was so perfect, and he stops and slows down, and then and Chille's like, "I have Jewish roots," and then he goes right back to the song, and it's a great cut.
And you know what? I would drive 1,000 miles, white knuckled, just to see him again.
Just to see him, yeah.
Yeah.
It seems like we have a lot going on in the Ohio area that we should go to Ohio.
I gotta go eat dinner. I just wanted to say my last final thing, and it's Chille, I love you, Poppy.
Oh my.
Will you fly to Ohio with us?
Will you fly us to Ohio?
I legitimately will, but avgas is really expensive. But thankfully, we've got a lot of really generous people in the chat, Kate.
We do. Oh yeah, are you? I should go through super chats and we should wrap this up. Thank you. All right. No Faith for $5.
I try to be of use somehow.
That was good. No Faith for $5 says friendship regained with Chille. Now both Massel and Chille are best friends. Yes, No Faith, we are. Thank you. Michael Bowman has contributed $10 to our giant hammer fund.
It's a regular size hammer.
I will earmark that. Cat for $27.99 Canadian, I think, Says, I don't care what you use super chat money for. You were so great at that damn parade. Drinks on me. Thanks, Kat. We're going to put it towards airplane fuel. Haunted Floating Eyes. Nice. I like that name. $4.99. I work at an open records office. Do I still have to pay Chille to submit a request? Yes, it's the only way it's going to get done.
Of course you do.
Right.
If you want it done right.
No faith for $5. There would have to be some Ed Gein level revelations about Josh to make me think any less of him.
Ed Gein.
I mean, that's a fair point.
I don't even know who is Ed Gein.
A serial killer. Very psychologically fascinating.
I mean, yeah, that's what I asked Chille when he called into the AFA crew. I happened to jump up on his AFA crew stream, and Chille actually either called Josh or answered Josh, and he was like, "You'll be exposed, Josh." And I was like, "Chille, do you want to borrow my notes?"
I think Josh has already set the bar pretty low for himself, so I don't know what Chille has.
Right,
Kate Master just owning it.
It must be really frustrating going after people like Josh or even myself. You know, like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? When you have people that like voluntarily and freely come up on the internet and be like, "I'm a piece of garbage." Like, I mean, are you gonna disprove that?
Chille just announced he's going live on his backup channel again.
Oh my God!
Oh, boy.
This guy's,
Oh Lord!
He's very upset at us.
This
We're
is going to
gonna
go
kill
back and
this,
forth
but
for the next
if
3
I-
days.
I know there's 661 people here still. If you guys haven't joined our Discord already and like you want to keep the party going, we'll probably be watching him in Discord and tracking him
Definitely.
like a great white shark.
Jesus Christ.
Dude, now
What-
I feel like
what do you
we're
call on the mouse?
criminally. Well, no, by tracking great whites, are we criminally harassing them now? Like, do they have a federal case?
Yeah,
I'm
why aren't
concerned.
we
Sure.
acknowledging the rights of the great white sharks? Why are we tagging them and following them? It's creating a lot of mental stress and anguish and frustration for them.
Listen, he's the one with the satellite probe coming out of his ass. He's the one who's making it easy to track him. I'm just saying, you know.
All right, anyway, I don't know how to pronounce that. Ebijo. Ironton hates Chille for $10. Yeah, that's true.
Most people do.
Kevin
Join the
Dawson
club.
for $10. Never badder than bad because this brother is madder than mad. It's the fact it's corrupt like a senator. Soul on a roll, but you treat it like soap on a rope because the beats and the lines are so dope. Yes. That
Nice
was
read,
fire.
Kate. Nice read.
That was
Nice.
fire.
Seriously, I wasn't even saying it, and I got tongue twisted trying to read.
Kathy for $6.99 Canadian. Delete laws, you're in the chat. Why not go up on the panel here and explain your side? By the way, Kate wins. I mean, I like, just for the record, I rarely win at anything, but I'm loving this Kate always wins shit because it pisses him off.
Yeah, I was going to say, I thought you were making bumper stickers of that.
Yeah, you probably should.
Shush! Don't give away my plans.
Oh.
That was Ryan. In Polite Society for $9.99. You're wrong about him being a public figure. At 5'1", he's more of a public figurine. Yes, yeah, he's a Chotsky. Tones overthinks it for $5. Is he still running for governor of Ohio? I worked hard on that campaign and it was very popular. I'd hate to think he was dropping out of the race. I think there's still hope. Yeah. Chille
Yeah, we talked about that
2024.
the other day when you guys were all sleeping. We were up for 10 hours, and James is literally like the best campaign manager for Chille ever. He's doting all over him.
I'm down for it.
Yeah, but I think Tones' apology video that featured Chille may have undone that campaign video a little bit.
I'm down for it. Ed, $10, thank you. Pat's Cat, super sticker, $9.99, thank you. Carpentry Hero, $6.99. Weird circular conversations, manic sweating and out of breath. Chille Clown, always Coca-Cola. I would agree. Gur and Akiva the Great. I believe that's probably your dogs, and I love them. I want to squish their faces. I think Chille identifies as a constitutional scholar. I would agree. Pat's Cats for $1.99. Chille is a constipational scholar. Yeah, he is full of shit. Gia for $19.99. Chille has wasted so many years of his life accomplishing nothing, helping no one, learning nothing about how wonderful life can be with joy, kindness, and happiness in your life. I think he's accomplished a lot as far as being the funniest person on YouTube. So let's give him some credit, guys.
Someone put
He
that
has
in the
brought
Discord,
light
though.
to so many people's lives through laughter.
Yeah,
Who
so
was it
much
that-
joy.
Someone put that in the Discord. They said they listed all his failed achievements. It was a
Oh yeah,
long
yeah.
list.
I have a video that I've been working on slowly but surely. His resume. It's actually going to be really good.
Okay.
Jeff Hart's for $2. Chille is the Andy Kaufman of constitutional law. I agree. Bubba for $9.99. Chille is so voluminous. Yeah. Don't know what that word means. Jeff Hart's for $5, and Chille becomes the middleman between you and the information you're requesting. Would you feel comfortable with him having access to any information? Absolutely not.
Right? Imagine how quick he'd try to blackmail you with it.
Right. You can't even tell the guy what you had for dinner without him being like, so, like, you better
Did
do
you
what
know
I
she
say.
eats rice?
Yeah. Ate a lot of carbs last night, and the whole world's going to know about it. Ed 2276 for $10. James may be a troll, but there's only one court certified troll. Kate always wins. Fuck yes, sir. I have been legally declared a troll. It is literally the biggest accomplishment in my life outside of squeezing human beings out of my vajayjay.
Yep. Take note, everybody, especially Chille. DeCastro v. Peter, 7th District of Massachusetts District Court, 2022. Trolling is a legal conclusion.
Right. Evie Joe or Evie Joe or Bajo, whatever. Sorry. I thought Chille was helping Grandma fentanyl. Poor Tildy Jane. Yeah, that went to the wayside fast.
Yeah.
Well, because it was so easy to figure out who she was and what she had really done.
Did you guys watch that one? Did he get a total of more than $20? I
don't think so. I didn't.
He didn't get very much.
Yeah.
So he's definitely starting to fail harder now.
No, she'd probably make more money just going back to selling fentanyl, allegedly. Jeff Hart's $2. He'll scam the idiots still on MySpace. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Jeff Hart's for another $5. Somebody in the chat yesterday said it best. Chille's a constipational scholar. He's full of crap, and that dribbles from his mouth and skull. You guys, like everybody that comes by here, like even the people that fucking hate me, some of the most clever people on the internet, I swear to God, like some of the shit, when I'm reading the comments, I'm just rolling. You guys are sharp. I appreciate it. And $1.99 Night of Ni or Ni or Nye, whatever. Dirty laundry, we don't stop. Yes, dirty laundry never stops, especially because it's always on my fucking bathroom floor. So on that note, guys, Chille's going live on his channel, and I'm gonna kill the stream because it's 3 hours. Thanks for hanging in there. We still have almost 600 people that have hung in for 3 hours. God bless you, fine patriots and
We
soldiers.
love you, twisted trolls.
Yeah,
It's
how do
been
you even
fun.
stay this long? All right, closing time. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. You can, however, go over to Discord where we're going to be streaming Chille some more. It's going to be fun. All right, I'm going to end the stream though. Good night, guys.
Bye.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Later, fellas.